Hello, everyone, and welcome to the No Name Podcast. This is episode, I'm going to say 14?
Yes.
Yes, it is the 14th episode, and it is our special. This is the one we're counting as the celebration 1 year anniversary special, because we don't know the exact date when we started this shit. With me are my fellow hosts. Introduce yourselves, boys.
It's your boy, Cosmo Jazz here. Not exactly at home.
Why? I don't know why. I just say skinny penis, man. I'm so sorry.
What's going on?
There's a meme that goes like, "It's your boy, skinny penis."
Oh, that one's still going around? Jesus.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought he was gonna say. I don't know why. I know he wasn't. I know you weren't, but it just felt like it.
Jess is unpredictable. He's like some kind of ninja.
It's alright. I'm your other host, but your lovely host. Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
My name
skinny
is
penis.
Peter, everybody. Yeah, also skinny penis. My other nickname. And I want to state for the record that I am the skinniest of penises.
Good.
We all
To
needed to know
know.
that. Apparently,
Hey, our fans like this shit, so
all three of
all three of them.
Ball out, nigga. We ball out for them three people.
them. That's true. All right, Jess, you're our Mr. Announcements of what we're gonna be talking about guy. Go ahead.
All right, so we got working for the FGC, possibly for free? Question mark. The VGA Awards, so it's for a week ago, I believe.
I believe it was like
Um,
last week, yeah.
And then we had Tekken World Tour results and all the madness that came from that. We have a Smash Bros. Ultimate review, which was supposed to be with Venom and Mrmoopsy, but this time Mrmoopsy's going to be running solo, and I will help wherever I can and such thing. And we also had a fun story about the school that was closing because of Smash Ultimate, but for really stupid reasons. And finally, we'll have a Monster Hunter World news and a lot of side stories, actually.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
Um,
stuff that started coming up like right at the last minute where we were just kind of like, we have to talk about this and this and this.
It just keeps coming. There's no point in waiting anymore.
Yeah, might as well just knock them off as quick as we can.
Yeah. So this one was one you particularly wanted to bring up, Moops, which is working in the FGC for free. Want to
Yes.
elaborate?
Well, basically, I was gonna research this, but then like freaking what's it called, the Harry Potter fucking movie took a lot longer than I thought it would.
Fail.
Part of the reason why like I've got a headache. But basically, it's there was someone in the FGC that was they were gonna work on like a big tournament project. And one of the things about it that caused like a big controversy for this was that they were they were commissioned to do, I forget what the exact project was. It was like tournament organizing or coming up with like a banner or something like that. And then when the person started like asking for payment, all of a sudden the FGC started getting in an uproar because they kind of started having this attitude of like, well, if you're in the FGC, you should be offering to do all this stuff for free. You're getting a chance to work in the FGC, so like what the hell's your problem? Like you're like, this is like a greedy mentality and all this fucking bullshit. And I kind of wanted to talk to this because like I kind of wanted to ask your opinions about whether like how entitled do you guys feel like the FGC can be, and also like how entitled do you guys feel like the fans can be when it comes to the topic of money?
Well, just to further elaborate on that one, because I kind of slightly remember who you're talking about. The person in question was Sherry Jennings.
Yeah.
I think she was doing a banner for this group that was doing some kind of tournament thing. But the thing about that one is that only that group who was working there really was going at her like that. A lot of people were actually on her side, saying that if you are doing something, you shouldn't do it for free, which is kind of the thing.
Right. Yeah, my mistake, cause again, like what I was planning on doing was like I was planning on rewatching that like Ernesto video, but again, I didn't have time.
It's not Horny Tuesday, so why would you watch it?
Because there are other days in the week.
Yeah, but it's not
Like
Horny
that, you lost me.
Tuesday.
You lost me all the way from the beginning. I already know what type of person we're dealing with here.
So this is the show we have now.
Fucking shills, goddamn. But I mean, like, I don't know, because sometimes I do feel like when we do talk about like some FGC stories, like there is a certain sense of entitlement, and I did want to ask you guys, like, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, as always, I usually say I'll chuck that up to the internet.
But what do you consider the entitled party here?
Because going off of my memory, it was like the entitlement was because there were some people that were saying, like they were saying that to work in the FGC should mean like working for free. And this is like, and let's face it, this is like the FGC. To be like an active member of it is like not only do you should you get paid, but also obviously you kind of have to, because otherwise like you're just wasting nothing but time and all this other stuff you could be doing that could get you paid, versus like, oh, I'm doing this just because I like the community, but passion will never be enough to actually help pay those bills.
All right, so you're talking about the stream monsters that are whining about shit.
Pretty much.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. I agree. That's a stupid mentality. Because no one should do, if they're good at it, no one should do anything for free.
I mean,
of course, if at all possible, you shouldn't do it for free.
I mean, pretty much, because like I don't know. I'm gonna toss this out, Jess, and you tell me if it kind of like can sort of like fit with like the same thing we're talking about. Because I don't know if we were gonna talk about this, but like the whole thing with Max being sponsored by Walmart.
It was gonna be in the side stories, yeah.
I mean, might as well just plug it in here, because I feel like there was some stuff that it kind of ties in a little bit in the way that like the FGC reacted. Because people were saying like, oh my god, why is like Max shelling for Walmart? Like, he should be doing this like without sponsorships, all this stuff, and it's just kind of like, I know that like we were a big defender of like Max, because he's just like, man, he has to get paid. He can't just keep doing like everything like this is like just by streaming alone.
Well, being like all of us being content creators ourselves, that shit takes time. And the way he pulls out videos and shit and whatnot, that can't be cheap on any thing on his even mental and his sleep schedule or anything. So the fact that he's getting paid for something that people love for him to do shouldn't be a problem. And he's getting paid more than any of those stupid people who are saying he shouldn't be sponsored anyway, so he shouldn't even really care about those people. Yet he does respond to them. I think he shouldn't even respond to those people, because they're not going to be paying his bills.
There's a good chance, yeah, that they're not even like donors or like I mean, I won't say the following part, but it's like, yeah, he needs the cash, because like creating videos like that shit takes fucking days. Who knows how long like how long he has some of those recording sessions just to make like a week of.
It just doesn't make any sense why anybody should be like, oh my gosh, why are you taking sponsorship from basically what they're really calling Walmart like Satan and shit. Which, I mean, Walmart is kind of shady, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it's not like he's like really working for them.
It's like a one-time like showing off kind of thing, and it's like people like people should obviously know by now, like Walmart's been shady for fucking years. This is nothing new.
Yeah, boy.
And I guarantee you those same people were like saying that about Walmart still shop there.
Oh, for sure.
So it's kind of a two-way side there.
Like, but guys, they have great deals.
But they're Satan.
It's like, hey, you willing to shell out for Satan?
Yeah, nigga.
Didn't I see you there last week? Shut up.
So it's like the fucking thing where it's just kind of like cut it out. That fucking hands me, I was like, motherfucker, shut up.
Nah, fuck that. Max is out here making money. And this is someone who used to like not even be a fan of Max. Fuck that. Max, go make the money.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, he absolutely deserves like whatever the hell successes he comes his way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
As much as that content he pushes out, and you're not even paying for the content. It's literally on YouTube for free.
Oh yeah, because it's not
So,
if it's not ad revenue, it's him doing this shit like live stream and people are giving him money. But it's just kind of like, he still has to put in like a lot of effort to it. He's not just like streaming every day. Plus, when it comes to donations and stuff, there's a whole bunch of like text bullshit tied to it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that. Like, fuck that. Those people just want to be in Max's position, but are literally willing to do none of the work necessary to get themselves up there.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're just most likely like contrarians.
The hell? What?
Basically, it's kind of like
there's a lot of shit I don't know, and that's underneath it. Explain it, please.
Basically, because I might be using the wrong definition of it, but it's basically like, someone likes something, so people actively go out of their way to dislike it.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Oh, contrarian, the person who opposes or rejects popular opinion, especially stock exchange dealing. All right, so we're gonna have
it's close enough.
I was wrong. I was right about most of it, except for that stock exchange shit.
No. That makes sense because people, Americans especially, are entitled as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then adding on the FGC entitleism, it goes right back into the same topic that we're talking about now. Actually, I thought we moved on to another one somehow, but it still falls under the same shit of I want everything. I want. I'm not having a brain aneurysm. This is exactly my point.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, because it's they want things to be done like a super specific way, and if it doesn't happen in exactly that same method, they will get upset.
Exactamundo, and we don't need that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is garbage.
It's garbage mentality, and like it's part of the reason why like a lot of times
exactly why the FGC is so goddamn broke now.
Mm-hmm.
It is, and why like a lot of communities also don't take us entirely seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like no wonder people are playing CS:GO and League of Legends and all this other shit. There's money into it, and everything that people are doing, they're doing it. They're getting their rewards back. The only thing that I can get out of the FGC at this point is if I win something, well, you're still a fucking scrub because you're not this person. Why would I pay you to do this when I can just do it for free,
Oh yeah, like a lot of different sides of the esports communities, like normally like take shots at the FGC. Cause I imagine this was like another side story, Jess.
Yeah, we'll get to that when we get to the VGAs.
Okay. But,
yeah.
Coming soon.
But I will say, going back to the point, this is something that happens in freelancing a lot, which is one of those things where I keep telling people anybody who wants to go into freelancing, tell them up front before anything else is even said about the project or anything. I want this amount for whatever you're doing. Don't let them even think about, maybe they can do it for free. No, you tell them then and there.
Yeah.
Because the second you do that, you cause a problem itself.
Yeah, you have to make payment clear, and you have to make what the product you want to be clear.
Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, until this person says they'll do it for free, you shouldn't expect it to be free anyway.
Oh, hell no.
But just to nip it in the butt there, just do it then. I'm not sure she did that.
A lot of artists go through shit like that too. I guess art creators fall under the freelance.
Because like the one picture I have on my Twitch page, that one is like the characters
with all the big titties and shit.
Yep. That was done by a commission, and like when I discussed it with the guy, Revolver Wing Studios, to give him a plug, he like we discussed, like, it's like how much is he gonna charge me, what's the payment, like the method, all that stuff. And then it's like after I paid him, then it's just like, okay, man, I'll work on it, I'll keep it up, I'll keep you up to date, I'll let you know when I get started, because I got like a whole bunch of other shit going on. And then when he started working on it, we kept talking back and forth. It's just like, is this what you want? And it's like, can you change this? You have to be it has to be a constant line of communication.
Hmm. Yeah, which is basically what art stuff does for the most part. Any kind of graphic design work is practically like that as far as freelancing goes.
Yeah. And then, because like another thing I want to do too is I want to see if I can find like a musical equivalent of like a commission artist to try and come up with like a theme song.
Hmm. You should get Little V. No, I'm just
I'll pay him $2 whole, and he's at my front door. It's just like, how the
He
fuck?
wants hay pennies.
It's just kind of like, okay, first of all, how'd you find out where I live?
He has his ways.
He's got the power of metal.
Well, is there anything else we want to add on this?
Uh, Not really. Just make sure you guys don't get screwed over, and make sure you know what the financials are. Otherwise, you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie, you got anything real quick?
Fuck carrots.
All right.
Word.
That is
No,
quick.
I agree with everything.
Mm.
Yeah, like we work hard for the things that we're doing, and it's like while we're doing it for free now, we're doing it as a hobby. Where we kind of want to turn it into a job one day,
Mm-hmm.
and if it does, and it's like once money starts rolling in, it probably won't change the passion that we have for it, but it'll be like, hey, all right, if you want me to do everything to the highest possible potential, I have to get some return on investment.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you think about it, because the payment would also be what's it called? Like a driving factor in, like, not only people getting the commissions that they want, but it would also make the artists get better, which means that if you're getting higher quality products, then uh pay would definitely help fuel and fund all of those endeavors.
Mm-hmm.
Exactamundo.
Because I mean, like, I wouldn't have paid as much as I did for like the big titty anime waifus that I've got on my Twitch channel if it was just like a bunch of stick figures.
Stick figures don't have titties on them.
Not unless you don't put circles
Not
under
with
them.
that attitude.
Nah, man, because you know they're fake. You know those are fake.
Fucking stick waifu got enhancements.
Damn it. Not again.
They're not natural.
Yep. I think we can move on to VGAs then.
Yep.
Which I was going to go briefly through the big awards, which would be
It's like 3/5 of them are freaking Red Dead. Just say that.
exactly. Red Dead won a good bit of the awards, soundtrack, narrative, blah blah blah. Nobody cares. God of War won action adventure. Monster Hunter World won role playing game.
Woo!
Woo!
Fortnite won multiplayer game. No surprise there.
Boo.
Ow!
Dragon Ball Fighters won fighting game of the year.
That's bullshit. I call bullshit on that so hard.
I'm not surprised. I don't like it, but I'm not surprised.
I'm kind of the same way.
No. You know what it is. You know what it is. I don't like it either, but it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But if Tekken 7 could be on the list, Tekken 7 could have won. Actually, Tekken 7 should have won. It would have won. It should have won the year it came out, but it didn't.
Yeah, what did win that year?
I don't remember, but I know it wasn't Tekken because people weren't talking shit.
Ongoing game, Fortnite. I mean,
that should have been Warframe.
It really should have been Warframe.
It fucking
I
should have been.
I haven't touched Warframe in a good while, and I still feel,
You
and like based off
suck.
of all the stuff I've heard, I would have agreed with Warframe.
hmm Sonic Fox won esports player,
And that's a
and
topic of all on its own.
oh boy,
I'm already rubbing my hands, boys.
oh boy,
He's wringing in hands like a villain.
You already know what the fuck's about to go down.
Oh hell yeah!
And finally, to slight shock, but still well deserved in my opinion, God of War won Game of the Year.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I
'Cause-
think that's because Red Dead did Red Dead not make it in time?
No, it did. It was one of the top ones. It was like Red Dead, God of War, Spider-Man,
No, but
Monster Hunter. Well, that
no. But I meant in the sense of like Game of the Year because of what day the awards fell on.
oh no, it definitely made it in. Like it was out. Like the vote for Game of the Year was out before even the game came out.
Oh, that's so gay.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you know, people were already like pre-voting for that, even though they didn't even play it.
oh yeah, like that's one of the things I was like saying when I was catching some of the Game Awards is that when they were saying, oh, like Red Dead's winning all these awards, I'm just kind of like, the game. I'm not saying it's bad. I still have my copy and everything. I'm just saying that it's just like it's people riding the hype train for it.
Mm-hmm.
If it was like if the game had come out like say 6 months prior to the Game Awards or something like that, I feel like it would have won like one or two awards and then maybe some other stuff too. But like not as many as it took away with.
Just that award itself was actually very polarizing for me because I had three different things on that. Like I think Moopsy knows this. I wanted Spider-Man to win.
No, Spider-Man.
I feel
wasn't
like
going.
in my heart I knew God of War should win.
Right.
But I thought because of the hype that Red Dead was gonna win.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna win too because of the hype. But because like I will say though, in fairness, like those three are really good contenders for Game of the Year.
Mhm.
That said, I do feel like Red Dead is the lowest because you can't trust the voting because of the hype.
Yeah. That's what I was like. That was very polarizing for me. Like I don't know.
Because they're just like, I want this, but this makes sense too. God damn it! Hey, I started saying boy because of God of War.
Right? They even said it in the war.
Because people were probably like watching the actor the whole time. I was just kind of like, come on, say it, say it.
Dude, I saw someone's reaction. They literally said, "Please say it. Please say it." But I mean, there's so much else that happened there with all the reveals. What's y'all's favorite reveal? While I'm on it,
Because I didn't catch all of it because that was like the night when like Smash Ultimate was coming out, and so I was trying to like win this tournament.
you were on that cocaine.
I was. That's why I'm so low energy. And I did catch how there was the announcement for Mortal Kombat 11, which is another topic.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another one that I think you linked me. Oh wait, no, that's the other Monster Hunter World topic. God damn it, it goes into so many other things.
Yep.
But I didn't. Those are the two that I remember. I didn't catch all of them.
Okay. What about you, Eddie?
No, it had to have been Mortal Kombat. I didn't care for anything else. That was revealed, but what I can voice is my disappointment that there was no Tom Clancy's The Division 2 anything announced.
See, I felt like when I heard the rumors about that, I really did think they were just going to be rumors.
For The Division 2?
Mm-hmm. Like, as far as, like, it's going to be revealed at the Game Awards or whatever, it's like, I feel like, yeah, I wasn't falling for that.
I could see it being a rumor, mostly since like we already know the game is out, and so we're not sure like how long the development's gonna take. So
yeah,
they recently had a closed alpha for it.
Yeah, because it's like because I'm sure a lot of people are thinking to themselves like, yeah, you know, the stuff we saw at E3, it looks pretty, but is it going to be like another bait and switch?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I know that people probably think that Mortal Kombat was going to be my favorite of the whole show, and
And
it
it was.
it almost was. I'm not gonna lie, until they showed the Outer Worlds trailer, and that actually got me extremely excited, and also laughing very hard because that was a huge fu to Bethesda.
Yeah, because it's like
All right.
Outer Worlds. For those who don't know, if I remember correctly, that those are the guys that originated the Fallout franchise, right?
Yes, and they did Fallout New Vegas, which people say is like the best Fallout like ever.
And then Jess would argue with that, but anyway, that's
I
beside the point.
would, but yeah.
But it's just like they were the ones that brought the golden age of Fallout, so like that's why people are hype.
Yes. I just love the timing is too perfect.
No, yeah, I'm sure that shit was like either super like coincidental, but like they loved every minute of it, or it was absolutely planned.
Mm-hmm. It's just like, yup, they're fucking up. We know what we must do.
Activated.
But I mean, Mortal Kombat though. That song.
Because
How about that song, guys?
yeah, because I told this to Jazz, that since as a lot of you might know, I am a fan of heavy metal music mostly, and when I saw that trailer, I was just kind of like, yeah, the footage looks cool and everything, but I'm like the music's not getting me hype. I just don't think it fits at all. But then but I just chalked it up to like, oh, that's because I like heavy metal, so of course I'm not gonna like really care. Then I saw all the reactions to the music, and I was just like, oh, good, it's not just me.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Eddie? I know you have a couple. You've listened to a couple 21 Savage tracks. So what do you think?
Man, it's a good 21 Savage song, but it's not a good Mortal Kombat song. Well, how does that make you guys feel?
Well, you know me. I don't care for 21.
And it's like, and I didn't care for 21 either. But the mentality that I'm going into is it depends on what I'm looking for out of that particular artist. And I'm not looking for lyrical prowess when I'm listening to 21 Savage. When I'm listening to 21 Savage, I think I'm doing gangster shit. Like
shit.
Oh shit! Yeah.
That's level 9 shit.
And you can't say that on street.
Shut up.
You're breaking the rules.
I do as I please. Wait a minute, hold the fuck on. Neither one of us is streaming it.
Jazz, you have to censor it.
And we're blocked.
Put in like that elevator music when he's talking.
But yeah, man, it's the song in and of itself is fine. It's weird because NKX had Wiz Khalifa,
which I didn't like that either.
But I watched them. Because someone made a video putting 9, 10, and 11 together.
Mm-hmm.
But when it came to 9, I wasn't that hyped about 9's music. 10 was pretty dope to me. 11, it's like I see what they're doing. Because I think it could have been done doubled as a marketing scheme to get some of the more casual folks. Well, everybody's going into the casual market because they're a fucking business.
But the thing is, though, that like music is an important part of like. Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. They're doing this so people that are high on Xans can play Mortal Kombat, and us FGC players can get free wins.
I was not ready for that.
That's what I'm thinking. It's just like, like these lobbies for Mortal Kombat 11. If I do get it, going into them lobbies, my nigga. Niggas gonna be high as fuck. They're not gonna be able to punish properly. I'm gonna get away with a bunch of dumb shit. I'm ball out on these niggas and get kicked from the lobbies.
Okay, so here's my question on that, actually. So, as we said, it's 21 Savage, which I don't care for, but I get what you're saying. But wouldn't it have been better if they had like a Childish Gambino, for example, to do the song?
No.
Like, because I imagine that like the big thing that would like it would be kind of like a no-brainer for like any Mortal Kombat trailer, and like regardless of musical genre, it's what you're looking for in a Mortal Kombat trailer is you want a song that's intense to match the way that the game is. You know, like you see all the violence, you see all the gore, you see all the fighting and the choreography and all that stuff. You want a song that sort of like matches that intensity. And I kind of felt like the song in comparison to the video was kind of low energy.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, think about it, Eddie. This is America type track.
No.
But like way over high. Like, really?
Not
you
Childish.
Would not take that over 21 Savage.
Nuh-uh. It would be no better than a 21 Savage song. Any 21 Savage song.
I really have to disagree, mainly because 21 Savage is trash. But
and you know what? Childish Gambino is absolutely great. But I think here's the thing. I don't think it would have worked any better for Mortal Kombat than 21 Savage. Not Childish, not Gambino.
Okay, how about Kendrick?
No.
Why not Kendrick?
No,
give me one good reason. I really want to hear. Give me one good reason.
Can I just say this, like as an outsider, is I feel like Jess is giving some really good examples, and Eddie's just striking them down, and I'm just kind of like, I'm curious why.
Literally, give me one good reason why not Kendrick.
Because Kendrick is too intelligent. It does not work. It needs a lot of things. Okay, but if you're gonna go with Kendrick, you're gonna have to go with old school Kendrick.
Why couldn't Kendrick?
Mrmoopsy is losing his fucking mind.
I have no idea what's going on, but it's just hilarious.
I'm just saying not. I'm not saying. I'm just saying not Mortal Kombat.
Like I could have been like these real old heads, be like, why not some old school rap or whatever? But really,
I think old school would have worked better.
It definitely would have worked better.
We can agree there. But today, I'm talking about the Kendrick of today. Absolutely not. But I say for Mortal Kombat, it will not work.
I think I can think of a couple of tracks off of that recent album To Pimp a Butterfly that would work just fine.
What? No, well, Damn is his most recent album.
Well, you know what I mean. Well, yeah, but like To Pimp a Butterfly, like not If These Walls Can Talk. The Black of the Berry.
Ooh, that's a rough one. But that, you know what? That'd work.
See?
The Black of the Berry,
like
the Black of the Berry would work.
Like he has a couple of songs that would literally work, and I'm just thinking, why not him?
No, you know who I think? You know what? If there had to be any rapper, right? Any rapper that would fit Mortal Kombat, it would be Logic. I'm fucking with you. I mean, Joyner Lucas.
Get the fuck out of here.
Do you understand how fast I had to be with that?
I was just thinking, who on earth did you think? The second you said law, I was like, no, you're not.
he did a quick draw like the Old West.
I know. Every now and again, I gotta throw them curveballs out there just for the sake of comedy. No, but if Mortal Kombat, right? If there's any rapper, if we're staying within the realm of rap, right? There's only one artist that I feel could make it work, and that would be Joyner Lucas.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Joyner Lucas has the lyrical ability to tell a story and also get people hyped as fuck too.
But see, I feel like he also falls under what you just said about Kendrick. He's too intelligent.
But Kendrick can't dumb. Well, Kendrick can dumb shit down. But
yeah,
but I'm just saying. But I'm saying, in my honest opinion, I think Joyner Lucas has if there was anyone who could do it, it would be Joyner Lucas. And
another problem with Joyner Lucas I have is that he does a lot of cover songs. Not cover songs. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. That's fine, but he did that out of spite of record companies. because the record companies is telling them to do a certain thing. But it's like, but if I can get more popular doing this, then I'm just gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, he has a song with Eminem that almost damn near won Song of the Year, I think.
Mm-hmm. See, I really do feel like though he falls under the same thing you just put Kendrick in though.
He does, but okay, but I guess it's because I'm mostly a rap fan, and it's like just the other day, me, Lee, and a bunch of other people were talking about like comparing rappers,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like when you put that table together of rappers who we think that are the best, Kendrick is not at that table. And before you go ballistic on me, Jazz.
I mean, I can think of a bunch of underground rappers that are better than Kendrick. So
that's not the problem here, you fuck. No, I'm saying Kendrick is not at that table because Kendrick, he owns the mansion that the table's sitting in.
Okay.
He's not within that realm. Like, he's too good of an artist to be put on the subject of like greatest rap, like best rapper or anything like that. Like, there's a table, but Kendrick owns the land that the table's sitting on. Like that, like, yeah.
All right. I still think Kendrick should have done it though. But no, like being the metalhead, who would you put there, Moops?
Cause I don't have a lot of current bands in mind, because and there's like some stuff I have to.
You call yourself a metalhead? Jazz and I just had a fucking discussion about that.
I thought you, damn it.
I listen to a lot of old school heavy metal. What do you want from me?
Jazz and I just butted heads for like 10 minutes on this shit. You're just like, I don't know, man. I have no man.
Because let me see. Because I mean, like, if I told you guys like, oh well, I mean, I have a couple Manowar songs I could fucking suggest. I'm sure you guys would give me like a blank ass stare.
You picked them?
No, but I mean, I'm just throwing out a name. Cause I mean, there's like some Iced Earth songs. There's some Judas Priest. I mean, fucking throwing Painkiller easily. You could fucking get that to match damn near anything that's like intense and violent as all hell.
Painkiller over that first choice.
I mean, that's like the first choice for like anything like that. And then for like any like Maiden, because like another one would also be like a Children of Bodom. That would also be like a really good one too.
Yeah, I'll live with that.
So it's like there are also like I'm sure that there was probably like even some Sabaton that could also fit in there too. Because because they are more of like based off what I've heard, are they more of like the like more Christian-y kind of stuff, or is it just like what?
Christian-y.
Yeah. Because it's just like you could also play that during Mortal Kombat and have it kind of like in an ironic sort of sense. You know what I mean?
That was extremely ironic.
Yeah, but I mean, like that sometimes, like the whole non-fitting thing kind of helps it fit more.
The ultimate Ed Boon troll.
But like you get what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And then
Ed Boon is a troll, though.
Yeah.
So you know he would put Nickelback instead.
Is that Deadpool?
He would. Because Ed Boon is the only person in this world who could go up on stage and be like, all right, guys, here's the best racing game of 2018. It had everybody disappointed until that Scorpion chain came in. It was like, that's different. What the hell was that?
Yeah, and I mean, like go ahead.
I said, like, everybody was so like let down. It did that thing came like then the spear came up, and and I'm pretty sure everybody's just like, hey, what the hell was that? I saw that with my eyes. What was that?
Yeah, it's like I'm saying, like there's also a bunch of other stuff. Like you could play some Exodus. I'm sure that there's like some Hammerfall songs that you could fit in there. There's like the new Megadeth album has some pretty legit shit too. Like go for classic Ozzy, go for some Rammstein. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that like heavy metal I can throw from my list of heavy metal tracks that could fit because it's intense, or it can be worked in like in an ironic sense. It's a whole bunch of stuff that can kind of like, you know, it's a super wide net. That's part of the reason why it's just like I can't really just bring it down to like one song, because I could probably like if I could look in my phone, I could be like, okay, this song fits, come up with like a list of 15, like based off of just like 3 albums.
Mm. Yeah.
Good.
Are you happy now, Eddie?
Yeah, because you was letting me down there
Yeah,
for a
fucking
second.
vampire.
You had plenty of time to like think this shit out while Jazz and I were literally getting ready to get into a fist fight over this
It was
shit.
too funny not to pay attention.
No.
Good, man. You added something to it, man.
Have y'all heard anything about MK11 so far?
Other than that person from that particular series being in the game.
You mean Spawn?
I didn't want to spoil it.
I mean, but is that kind of our job, though?
I guess so. I didn't want to. I didn't know. I thought it would come as a surprise to like either one of you two. Mrmoopsy, just Mrmoopsy, because you and I talked about this already, Jazz. I forgot.
I'm surprised, but no, because like I'm not surprised that he could make it to Mortal Kombat 11 because like the way that the character of Spawn is, you know, he could either fit in Injustice or he could fit in Mortal Kombat. Either way, he fits.
Well, you did hear about what the rumor was, though, right?
What was it?
Well, basically, like Todd McFarlane had like this Ask Me Anything thing on Reddit, and somebody asked like, when is Spawn going to be in Mortal Kombat? And then he instantly answered, I think he's already on his way.
Oh yeah,
So
I think I heard about that.
Yeah, so people are basically assuming, oh, he's coming to MK11 or whatever. And I'm about 50-50 on it. Like,
Like it'd be awesome if he made it in, but
I have a question.
What's up?
If Spawn successfully makes it into Mortal Kombat 11, wouldn't he be the first I think he would be tied for Yoshimitsu being in different fighting games. Because wasn't Spawn in Soul Calibur 2?
Yep.
Yes.
And Yoshimitsu's in Tekken and Soul Calibur. But I don't think there has been any other character that has been... Who?
Akuma.
What other game was Akuma in?
Tekken.
No, but that's still 2.
Marvel vs. Capcom, technically.
Can we count that?
Technically, yes. Because it's not his original game.
But Marvel vs. Capcom? Really?
And he's also, well, that's not really a fighting game, but he's also been in Ashura's Wrath.
He's also been in the X-Men Children of the Atom.
Yeah, he was a special guest character in that one, like super special.
Oh, okay. So he wouldn't break the record. It'd still be Akuma because I didn't know about Akuma.
Yeah, even Terry now is starting to do that kind of stuff with him and fighting EX Layer.
Yeah.
And other stuff. And even he has like, what is the original game he's from? Fatal Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he comes in the King of Fighters. So
that's 3 right there.
Yeah, because from what I remember my brother telling me is that like King of Fighters is basically sort of like an SNK equivalent to Marvel vs. Capcom, where it's like a mashup of SNK properties.
Basically. So yeah, for that, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm glad we theory crafted this because like I didn't know, but then again, I'm not really a fighting game enthusiast. Now that I think about it.
Let me see. What have y'all heard about like the leaks about Liu Kang and Sub-Zero and Sonya?
Nope.
So this recently just happened today.
Oh, that I definitely didn't hear.
Well, the Sonya thing did. The other two happened like a couple days ago. The Sonya thing, apparently she's being played by Ronda Rousey.
What?
Like the voice or the mocap?
Voice and possible mocap. Definitely voice for sure. But yeah, like this it just got leaked today by a guy who got something from an NetherRealm employee or something like that.
That's pretty cool.
And with Liu Kang and Sub-Zero, they were kind of leaked images and what.
Oh yeah, that was like from like Walmart or Best Buy or something like that.
Yeah.
Can you even consider that a fucking leak? That's not even a
At
leak.
this point, with Walmart, kinda, because like they did leak some stuff that was getting shown at the VGAs too.
I don't know
Walmart,
because like
that's because Walmart is like a perpetual fuck up at this point. They can't fucking secretly save their life.
yeah, but the other thing I would say is that it's because like it's Liu Kang and Sub-Zero. There aren't that many games where they aren't in it.
Mhm. Oh yeah, and they showed the box art for the game too with
Okay.
the Sony thing.
That's just a fuck up then.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like,
and just to go back on that other point, Eddie, Heihachi has been in multiple games.
what other game has
Soul
Heihachi
Calibur 2.
been in?
And
No,
PlayStation
I know.
All-Stars.
He totally was at PlayStation All Stars. What the fuck? I forgot about that game because it was discount smash to us.
I think a lot of people forgot about that game, Eddie. Like I imagine
That's such garbage because I played it and I had fun.
I want to say this. Write down something in the comments below if we just blew your mind reminding you about that game.
And don't forget that even Kratos was one of them.
Yeah.
Kratos was in there, but Kratos was only in Mortal Kombat 9, right?
And he was in Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur
What?
Destiny. The
Oh.
PSP game.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. What the fuck is this shit?
And he was in Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
already
but I
said.
said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I just said that, like, yeah, he sure wasn't.
The next up on that list is Knock This Baby. No, it's
He's like,
really gonna be.
the judge is like, God damn it!
To be fair, he has been in like different games too, because he's been in Dissidia and then he's been in Tekken and all this stuff.
I don't count Dissidia. I don't count Dissidia at all because that's still a Final Fantasy game. But I'm saying up next on that list is probably Geralt of Rivia now. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's definitely getting bigger for him.
because like that nigga's gonna be in like 5 more fucking games.
And
Oh,
that's
yeah, I
another
guarantee
topic
it.
we're gonna talk about later.
Yeah. All right, so let's get back to VGAs because there's another topic that's huge we got to talk about right now.
Oh
That's
shit!
your boy.
Oh shit! It is, isn't it?
It's your boy.
It's your boy.
Oh, good Sonic Fox.
Sonic Fox is that nigga.
He really
Bleep
was.
that shit out.
He wants you
Sonic.
to bleep out that.
No, man. That speech he gave.
Sonic Fox is that nigga. He's my nigga. All right.
I caught some highlights. I know that for a fact.
And you know what? Just because he likes to yiff doesn't mean anything. All right. That shouldn't be wanting to wanting to yiff shouldn't be a reason to hate a nigga. You know what I mean?
I think TikTok would have a word with you on that. Apparently.
TikTok can suck my dick. They're not gonna fucking sponsor me.
And we lost that spot.
Oh no!
They want to sponsor us anyway, boys.
It's funny that even because did you see some of the face reactions they had of his speech?
No.
No.
All I know is that he pissed off a lot of people.
Yep.
To the point where somebody tried to expose him on Twitter.
Yeah. Which was I think a nominee, right? I think his name was like John or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. Some COD, I don't know. He's just shooter person.
Yeah, I think if I heard about that too, and he's like, when he tried to expose him, people were just saying like, oh, it's just because this guy's bitter.
Just because he fucking lost and now he's salty.
No, there's only one bad side from what Sonic Fox did, and that he committed a very major video gaming sin, and that's putting politics in the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still my nigga though, but he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
And
that one was not okay.
And he did it. And he's just like, God damn it, you fucking whore. Why would you do that?
I mean, like,
it up.
I will say kind of like a little bit of devil's advocate because there's a chance like he might not get another chance to do that, so he's probably like just taking the shot while he still can.
You know
Which
what?
is
He's probably
fine.
right.
It's just you're representing a group. We all go down with you at this point.
I mean, like a lot of the people in the FGC already aren't representing themselves all that great, honestly.
Which is fair.
Which is
But
like, so it's kind of like, what's one more, honest? And it's like,
But here's the thing. I'm glad you said that. What's one more? This one more is on the big stage, though. This is one that's going to shine out of those other people.
I knew I shouldn't have said it. I played myself.
You played yourself.
Because if you think about it from some schmuck that's just sitting, some God-fearing man that goes to church every Sunday, that's sitting on his couch watching ESPN, and he sees some fucking queer with a fursuit on, it's just like, man, I am exactly what a Republican hates. And look at me.
Yeah.
You can just tell, like 25 racist white people just had a heart attack in their homes at that.
That's 25 less racist white people.
Hey, I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the 2, but that's 25. That's 25 more people. Well, I guess that's 25 less people if you think about it the way I do now.
Yep.
But that's still a bunch of people.
That's kind of where we're okay with it, though. But
people weren't okay with it, but that's okay.
I mean, like, I don't know. There's one thing I kind of want to say, but I feel like we might start getting too much into politics. I don't know if, like, how deep we're willing to get into this.
No politics. I don't know.
No, that's exactly what we want. We don't want politics in here. That's the only down thing. It would have been that fucking speech. He would have been the Kobe of the FGC. Absolutely hated by everybody, but that nigga's still the GOAT. But he said Republican, and it all went down the fucking hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say it just because, like, I don't want to start like a fucking shit show.
With us?
Not just
in general.
us. Yeah.
Screw those nerds. We only want their likes anyway. Views, baby.
But what if they listen to the whole thing and then they hear me talking some shit and then they don't give us their likes?
Then they will hear this part about me saying this here for the views, man.
Start that YouTube drama for the views.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
How else will we get on Drama Alert, man? Come on.
Coming in through the window like Birdman. Like, yes.
Wait, Moops, you're not thinking about the big picture here.
Right.
Like, it eventually, it's all going to end, right? We're all going to be turning on each other, like kayfabe and wrestling. Like we're gonna turn on each other, but we're not actually gonna turn on each other. It's just like you'll see me make a Twitter post like, "Yo, fuck Jazz and Carrots and everything he sits down for." And after that, I'm just gonna text him and be like, "Yo, that shit got niggas fucking wild, bro."
I was like, I know, right?
I just be in the corner thinking like, how are Carrots tied into this?
How are Carrots tied into this?
Hey.
Someone would probably call me out on that shit too. It's just like, hey man, where did Carrots come in? Yo, somebody get this man out of here right now. Someone arrest this man. Get him out of here.
All right, well, I'll just say it just so that like we can stop like the whole running around kind of thing. But it's just like, I mean, I can see why he said that, considering that it's just like he's like, let's face it, he's a gay black furry. And like, so like when he said that, it's just kind of like you look at some of the shit like Charlottesville. It's just kind of like, yeah, I can't imagine them being fans of Sonic Fox.
Who the fuck cares about
them? Yeah, who cares about those nerds, bro?
I mean, like, they identify with a specific political party, so it's just kind of like, you know, some people say that, like, it's super easy to say, well, chances are, if they don't like him, they probably belong to that side.
They can see me looking like Birdman, that gif right there, like, yeah, you better hate it. But there is one other thing I wanted to talk about the VGAs, though, about, which was, when we talked about it last podcast, but the whole thing with this possibly being the big competition for E3. What do you guys think?
The big competition? What's going to be the big competition?
Well, yeah, because like since they said that they were going to be like challenging E3 by having like the most reveals and all that stuff. Because I'll say this, I do think that the VGAs have it a little bit over E3 because, yeah, there's like the whole expectations and hype stuff about like the new announcements. There is a little bit of a fun factor / drama factor to it because it's an awards show. So you do want to tune in to see who won. You know, it's kind of like when people tune in to watch like the like a movie award show like the Oscars, for example, it's just kind of like uh you do watch it to see the show, but you also see like the nominees for like best movies, best soundtrack, all of that stuff, because it's kind of like it's kind of like you're rooting for a specific team to win, and so there is that sort of like level of engagement to that, as opposed to like say E3 where you're just kind of like, okay, like show me the next thing.
Mm.
So it's like
That was.
I do feel like the VGAs, sorry, I have a little bit over the E3 in that regard.
I'm kind of with you, mainly because I was looking at Twitter notifications and stuff, and it was really a lot of people saying like the VGAs were doing something in a day that E3 does in a week. Really, as far as like hype stuff goes and whatnot.
Oh yeah, because like they used to have it all like in one day or something like that. Then they went to like 3 days. Now it's expanded too much into a week to the point where we're all just kind of bored about it.
No, what do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, man, spending a week doing anything like that. It's just like the first couple of days, you're just like, yeah, man, it's lit, man. This couch is a motherfucking beast. Then it's like from the middle of the week, it's like you're still partying just as hard, but you can feel the effects. And then it's like day 6 or 7, you're literally just like crawling on the floor like a dog who lost their fucking legs. Just like, oh my god, make it stop. I can only get so hyped.
Not like Slims McKenzie.
No, I was also thinking. Oh, jeez.
I like that one.
Thank you.
No, I was also thinking about is that Vanilla Bear, the Jorgen? Eddie?
Yeah, that's Russell.
I was also thinking about what he was talking about and like how he understands why PlayStation really wasn't going to be at E3 next year because of what all they revealed for VGAs and everything else before the fact.
Right.
And at first I was just like, I don't know, but as I was looking at the list and whatnot, it's just like, well, actually has a point. So it's going to be very interesting to see how E3 comes back from this, I guess you could say, with PlayStation not being there.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like, because here's the thing. I think E3 has to come up with something entirely different, because if they say, hey, now we're introducing the first annual E3 Awards, it's just going to be like reek of desperation, like be super transparent as to like what they're doing, and people aren't going to tune in or give a shit at all. So like they have to come up with like something that's uniquely theirs.
Guys, Fortnite, 3 days.
How about no?
No, what they're going to do for E3 is just that they're going to introduce Oprah.
Oh, jeez.
All right, and after that, hear me out, gentlemen. Hear me out. She's gonna sit down. Hey, I appreciate everybody for watching. If you guys look underneath your seats, you're gonna find a combat knife. All right, who wants that victory royale now?
Victory royale.
You know what's funny? I could actually see this being like a prank, except that there are legitimately like 5 to 10 people actually killed because of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
No. They won't have combat knives. They'll just have those squeaky hammers like in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, somehow they'll still be killed.
There'll still be like 2 or 3 deaths. Yeah.
25.
They just run over each other.
7 dead, 75 injured in massive squeaky hammer beatdown.
One guy was squeaked to death. It's like, what the hell does that mean?
You don't want to know.
Then it's like, like just next to me, we have this gentleman here who has a neck beard and a fedora and is fat for some reason, and he won. It's like he won. He got through the slaughter as the one true victor, and he's just like, oh my god, what was it like? It was just like a battle royale, but in real life, man. Luckily, everyone had squeaky hammers, and all this fat actually paid off for me once, man. I was able to absorb those hits.
Think Fist of the North Star.
Nice. Oh.
What up?
And you know what? No, I'm gonna say that for side story.
All right, cool.
We good for VGAs?
Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. There was like a lot of stuff, so I'm not entirely sure.
Yes, this is a lot of shit. Oh yeah, I am excited for the Fallout New Dawn. Even though, that was something I was gonna bring up. So something that's been coming up as far as like games being revealed and whatnot is that they're all kind of looking the same. And it's not like as far as gameplay and stuff goes, just the actual look of the game as far as graphics and everything goes. So like the main thing being Fallout, not Fallout, Far Cry, New Dawn, and Rage 2. They both have like very big brown or whatever, and then a lot of like pink and neon colors and all this other stuff. And there, throughout the Game Awards, there were a lot of games that actually had that kind of aesthetic to it. And I was wondering what you guys' thoughts would probably be on that. Like, why is this possibly a thing now?
Because that's just the new wave right now. The new wave. New wave is post-apocalyptic shit because we were already in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And niggas hate that.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the future, and only certain people can do that right.
Mm-hmm.
So they go into post-apocalyptic because that's not something that you can exactly. I mean, same with the future, but you can't tie a post-apocalyptic shit to real life at all.
Mm-hmm.
And because they're in that post-apocalyptic setting, it gives game developers more freedom to just make a fun game.
Mm-hmm. Did you say Moops?
Because I was gonna say, I feel like that's actually like the visual trend of like things having like a certain color palette. It's actually something that's been going on like since last gen at the very least. Like I'm looking at my game library. I couldn't get rid of these copies of Resistance 1 and 2. Like that game is like brown as all hell. Like there's some Call of Duties like I've seen some footage for some of them and they were all nothing but grays. I feel like there's a bunch of games out there that is just like the trend of being like a single color on screen. I feel like is something that's been going on for a while. But if people are just barely noticing it now, it's just kind of like I would say that it's been going on for like a decent while to the point that I'm just kind of like I'm kind of numb to it honestly. I'm not surprised about how there is like some sort of like specific color filter to all these games. And it's just I guess people just weren't as just weren't noticing it as much. They just weren't really looking forward to it. But for me, it's like it's something I found distracting because there was one point because was like I would say that you might agree with this with me about this. Just like Resident Evil 5, it's got like a lot of the games got like a yellow tintish to it for like most of the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that was actually a problem for a lot of reviewers of how that tint just kind of stayed.
Yeah, but it's just kind of like, it's been going on since Resident Evil 5, so it's just kind of like for people to be going like, oh man, all these games look the same because they've got the same color tint and all that stuff. I'm just kind of like, it's been going on for like a pretty long while now, and like I feel like in terms of visual style, maybe there's like a decent amount of people that are just kind of like either they're being told to make things look samey or they just don't really have that many ideas.
Well, that was one of the things that kind of popped up on my Twitter feed a little bit. I was just like, yeah, I kind of see it. But no, that's all I had. You want to move on to Tekken World Tour?
Sure.
All right, so...
Well, here's a shocker for those of you who don't know. I actually watched this.
I know, it's crazy. So I'm not going to do like the top 32 thing or whatever. I'm just going to teach the top 8, who was in top 8, which was Rox Dragon's Knee, Fursan Rangchu, Jimmy J Tran, UIU Kudons, Nobi, Rox Dragon Chanel, UIU Jian Ding, and Equinox Joey Fury. Now that last one has a bit of controversy around it.
Oh,
Joey Fury?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I remember now. Shit, yeah, I remember.
So, for those who don't know, they do kind of what would you call a round robin, Eddie?
Yeah.
They do a round robin where everybody in there fights everybody at least once, and then they go whoever has the highest score out of that, they win. And they go on forward to the top 8. So in Joey Fury's pool, he had JDCR, like a Tekken god, basically. But in their round robin, they came up to 2, like they were tied. So what they decided at that time was that they were going to play one game, and whoever won was going to move on to top 8.
A tiebreaker.
Yeah, and JDCR ended up winning, so everybody thought that he was top 8. And then after the last round robin pool, they announced that because they didn't really follow the rules, which was when it gets to a tie, whoever has the amount of rounds won in between the matches, more goes forward. And at the time, Joey had 1 round more than JDCR. So they ended up pulling JDCR out and putting Joey Fury in top 8. And a lot of people were not happy about that. Because, I mean, they're following the rules, so I can't really fault them. But at the same time, that's kind of a...
That's kind of on the tournament organizers, because it's just like, you guys are the ones supposed to be keeping track of all this shit.
Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. I am side of get what they're coming from, but people were very upset. And what did not help, I was telling Eddie, it did not help that Joey Fury also lost 0-2 against John Ding.
Yeah, because wasn't it like he lost in that set like right after they gave him that free entry?
Yes, he lost right after.
And JDCR had the potential to like win the whole thing.
Yeah, like he was a front runner to win the entire thing, and that's what happened.
And then
he got knocked out due to a technicality, which is always the worst.
And then, like, if I remember correctly, like, I think we were probably gonna go into it, but then, like, there were also all those tweets he made.
Oh no, that wasn't JDCR. That was that who was that?
I thought it was either like JDCR or Joey Fury.
No, it was someone else who didn't make it out of their pools. Dang it, Eddie. Who was the one that was like doing all these sad tweets and shit?
Gosh, I don't know.
It'll come to me. No, it definitely wasn't Fergus. Fergus was just hilarious.
Fergus was having the time of his life up there.
No, it'll come to me. But yeah, there was one person who didn't make it out of their pool, literally doing super sad tweets. Like literally like suicide watch.
They were like super depressing.
Was it Jayon Ding?
No, it wasn't Jayon Ding. You know how Jayon Ding is. He's a fucking troll.
It wasn't Rangchu because Rangchu
won.
It was a Korean player.
It definitely was a Korean player. Hold on. I have
look at the top 8 again.
Yeah, looking at the top 8, it wasn't anyone in the top 8 for sure.
I thought it was someone in the top 8 because I remember I thought I don't know, I could be mistaken.
No, because like it couldn't have been Jimmy J because Jimmy J is like quiet as hell. It couldn't have been Kudons because Kudons is in the grand finals.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't have been Chanel because Chanel really was like.
Chanel got Julia. He was
he was happy as hell. So it couldn't have been anybody in the top 8 because the only other ones were Nee, Nobi, and Joey Fury. Well, and John Ning. I was gonna say it'll come to me in a second, but
or the comments below will be screaming. He was like, "It was this guy, you dumbass!"
I know, right? But as we've already spoiled, Rangchu won with Panda. Yay!
That's your champion, guys. Enjoy that victory.
I don't care about that. More people were angry about Joey Fury winning because he was a fucking Jack player. That's what it was. That's what it was. We in the Tekken community do not want Jack top 8.
We definitely do not.
And the fact that a Dragunov had gotten robbed of top 8 for a Jack player, only for that Jack player to get bodied out immediately. Like, it fucking sucks.
Jess, out of curiosity, is there a Street Fighter equivalent to this?
Street Fighter equivalent to Jack. Maybe Cammy?
Oh, God. I don't like her. She's 8 to me.
Yeah, it probably would be Cammy as far as that goes.
Okay, I see where you're coming from now.
Just so you know. Like I'm mixed on the whole thing. Like I'm glad he won because he's a young blood and he's been working hard and whatnot. But Panda, stupid,
I'd
short
rather
hitboxes and his shit.
I'd rather it be that than
Than any Jack player or Dragunov. Those two, yeah, either one of those. I'm happy it's two, but it's just Bear.
Like bears, ew, disgusting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just it'll come to me. I'll probably put it in post somewhere. But then after even before the top 8, we got the reveals, and they released everyone there. Like, you want to know? Here you go.
Yeah, they went in pretty big.
So we had first Marduk, and then they showed Armor King after, and then a teaser for Julia, and then we got to see full gameplay for Negan.
Yeah, because I would say that it was more of like it was a huge Marduk trailer with like a bunch of like surprises like stored in. Because it was like, oh, by the way, here's another Marduk trailer with Armor King, and at the end, Julia's here.
Yeah, and that trailer got everybody trying to hug. Like, thank you, Ryder, don't touch me.
That's his next shirt.
In the back, don't ask me for shit. He turns around, don't touch me. And out of these characters, I'm hyped for Julia because she's my second, right behind June.
Yeah, you were asking for Julia, and I guess Harada's a fan of the podcast because he listened.
I know, right? Finally.
I mean, like, because the sad thing is that he's not here because we would have said also I guess he's also like a fan of Venom or something because he listened to him too.
Yeah, because of Armor King.
Yeah.
And me, because I predicted Armor King.
That you did.
I predicted Armor King before Venom did. Hashtag fuck Venom.
That'll stick because he's not here.
Yeah, he can't defend himself.
But I will say now the other big thing that happened was that they released the very next day Marduk and Armor King. Marduk was buggy.
Really?
And, yeah, and he still does a lot of damage.
So it does not bode well for the character?
I'm seeing nerfs at some point for him.
More nerfs.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the way it's coming across is kind of like we're going to see big nerfs, but in the meantime it's going to be like nothing but Marduk online.
Well, see, and that's the funny thing. It's not a lot of Marduks online, at least according to Ross, but there's a lot of Armor Kings.
Really?
Hell armor.
Yeah, the Armor King army is real. But I mean, he was probably one of the most requested characters according to the thing that happened at Comic-Con or whatever. So, to be honest, I'm not fully surprised, but at the same time, it's just like, oh my god, the Armor King army.
Within 2 hours of those two characters coming out, they immediately had 40 times the amount of players than Lei had.
So it's like, where's Lei? And then nobody's playing. Where's Armor King? Oh, he's here. Everybody's playing. And then I'm going to be waiting for Julia, but I can wait because I've waited this long. I can wait forever. Negan, what's your thoughts on Negan, Eddie?
No, I like him. He's being dubbed the Korean killer for some weird reason.
Why?
Okay.
Oh no, I think I know why. I think I know why.
You about to say Mrmoopsy probably knows why. You don't watch Walking Dead, do you?
Not really. I've never watched it. No.
Okay, so in that scene that they showed for his trailer is an actual scene from in the show.
Oh, I know that much.
And when he did the little super that he does, he did that to a Korean named Glenn.
Oh, Glenn's Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh, so that's why they called him a Korean kill. See, it all makes sense now.
See, that's why you're probably seeing a lot of memes.
That's dope. That's that. It all make it like now it's all in line.
it all
But
comes
they
Mhm.
around.
but when they made the replica of that scene, I honestly thought that was pretty cool.
Hmm. I wasn't expecting Paul, but at the same time, fuck Paul. Uh,
But Jess, he's got a Superman
Every
punch.
fuck
everyone
that.
everyone else is too well loved and too over in the series uh to really be the blunt, like be the training dummy there.
I mean, I
Mhm.
guess, but it's like it's not like it's canon.
I was
Uh,
expecting Jin.
Wasn't it like you were expecting Jane or hoping for Lars?
I
Oh,
wanted
Lars would
Lars.
have been so perfect.
Because
It would
I
have
know he
been
was
too
there.
perfect. It would be like, here's your last Nerf hammer. Pow! No buffs for you.
You know that there would have been so many memes if it was Lars.
It was too perfect. How did you miss that? Although I guess they gave him the Daryl part, so I guess they couldn't really do it. But I don't know. I don't even know why they gave him the Daryl part. They should have been Paul.
It's kind of like the more I think about it, they should have reversed the roles.
Really? No, I think it's like, wait. Some people are loving the character. Can't wait for him to come out. But there were a couple. There was just like, he doesn't look right or stuff like
He
that.
doesn't look right. Oh my god. Oh, he
Yeah.
looks like this. He looks like that.
I feel
Whiny
like
bitches.
if Noctis is already in,
those
you've got no
people-
reason to complain.
No,
Mhm.
those people who are whining about how Negan looked during that little gameplay alpha are the same people who asked for Lay and does not play Lay.
Exactly.
He's calling you
Although I
out
will
non-layers.
I will say, because Moopsy was there when I was reacting to it, I couldn't tell if it was Jeffrey Dean Morgan's voice. But after like listening to it over and over again, it was probably like the reverb thing from the mic they were using to make his voice not sound like natural.
Mhm.
But apparently, yeah, it was him. So I'm actually cool with that.
That's actually pretty hype. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that they got him to do the actual voice is actually pretty cool.
Mm.
Because they could have just as easily gone for like, oh, it's a sound alike for like a third the money.
Mm. And now you can say he's actually immortalized in a game.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool though.
I don't think he's going to be a problem like Noctis, though.
Nah, he won't.
Mm.
He'll be a problem to people who think he doesn't fit in the game.
Which,
Yeah, but I'll let those people whine because all they do is fucking whine.
yeah,
Because
they're going to whine regardless.
Because everybody's saying it's just like, oh, he would have been better suited towards Mortal Kombat. And it's just like, well, guess what, you fucking idiots? He's not in Mortal Kombat. He's in Tekken.
Mm.
So fucking
Just like-
deal with it.
Just like Noctis and Geese. Just like, oh, but these guys would be so much better in this game. Well, they're not in the game. They're in this game.
Deal with it, Jess. Noctis is in Tekken.
I mean, it's still stupid as fuck to me, but I'm not going to be
I'm
like
not-
completely.
But I'm not saying that in the sense of them being wrong in saying that, yeah, Negan does make more sense in a Mortal Kombat game because he can be as gory as he can be. Noctis being a weapon master would make sense in Soul Calibur because it's already a weapon-based martial arts fighting game. You're not wrong, but stop whining. It's not going to change anything. Bandai Namco is just like, oh shit, you guys are right. And then just like, oh yeah, let's just get right on that. That's not how it's going to go down. So instead of saying, "Oh my god, this sucks," they should be grateful that these video games have guest characters to begin with.
Oh yeah, like fucking. Chances are, like some of them are like back in the good old days kind of people, and it's just kind of like back in the good old days you didn't have guest characters.
Yeah, that and Soul Calibur was like killing it with the guest character shit though.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but that was like once in a blue moon.
Actually, not ever since 2, really, they've had kind of guest characters.
Well, I mean, kind of like just fighting games in general.
Yeah, fighting games in general, yeah. Yeah. Like, literally, I'm just thinking, like, even 3 had a somewhat guest character, even though it's still from Bandai Namco. Which is, I don't know, have y'all ever played what's it, Xenosaga?
Xenosaga, yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, there's one called Cosmos.
Oh, wait, she was in it? Really?
Yeah, she was in 3.
Damn, that's crazy.
Mm. So yeah, they've always kind of killed it with the guest characters ever since 2.
It's kind of like because if you don't know, it's basically Cosmos is like another. It's kind of like having 2B again.
It really. But that was interesting. Although there are a couple things that have happened after Tekken World Tour. I don't know if you've caught Eddie. I think Ernesto talked about this, so you might have caught this, Mrmoopsy. But about like the pay for the tournament.
It's like less than half, right?
Yeah,
From less than half from the last Tekken World Tour. Mm-hmm. So much to the point where a lot of people were in the red, just off the traveling alone.
Yeah, like there was no point even it being in top 8.
Yep. Yeah, I hadn't heard about this.
Yeah, and people were basically saying, why aren't they doing something similar to, say, Capcom Cup with the whole DLC funding stuff and whatnot for the tournaments. The only thing about that I don't think people realize is that, at least last year, I don't know what they're doing this year, but last year, all that DLC money went to the winner.
To the Tekken World Tour?
No, Capcom Cup. Yeah, Capcom
Cup. Okay.
So I don't know if they realize that that's not even a perfect system itself.
Right. Yeah, it would have to be like they'd have to take a grand total and then like evenly distribute it if it were to be like a better system.
But yeah, it's kind of weird that they did cut it in half. But I don't know the logic behind it. I don't know business things about it. Don't ask me.
The only reason I can think of is that they're probably planning to do with some other stuff with that money that they took back. But guys, it's probably gotta be going into some big shit though, because otherwise, like Tekken World Tour won't like last as long if they keep doing that kind of stuff. Like at least without an explanation.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that money may have went into character development, getting assets and stuff like that.
I mean, that could help because maybe that's what helped Marduk and Armor King come out the next day.
And also the fact that there are more characters in the past than there were in the first one.
Yeah, exactly. Because the first one only got technically Noctis and Geese, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? And it's like I bought them both and didn't really care at all, but it makes sense though. It's like having someone mocap, because they talked about like the development of these characters. Some are mocaps, some are hand designed. And it's like that shit takes time. That shit costs money. And they're taking that money and they're putting it into the shit that people want this year.
God, like the amount that like would go into mocap alone.
Yeah, exactly. Like hand design, there probably isn't much, but paying somebody to do these things, it's not a cheap thing. I know it ain't.
Yeah, it's like wear the suit, have like multiple cameras, have like some cameramen behind those cameras, like making sure that they keep getting all those accurate like freaking movements. It's like, it's nuts.
Exactamundo.
And that's not, and there's even more processes behind the scenes that I'm not even mentioning.
Which actually, it slightly goes into something I actually wanted to talk to you, Eddie, about, because
what's up, bro?
Recently, Harada and Michael Murray have kind of been going off a little bit on Twitter against people.
Oh, that.
But it wasn't really that I wanted to ask you about. It was the thing between Michael Murray and Wonky that happened.
Yeah, that.
And while Michael Murray didn't call him out by name, I mean, we know it's Wonky because he put the W there. And then Wonky kind of fired back at him. Now, the thing is that Michael Murray basically called out Wonky for doing a couple of negative things and posting them out against Bandai and stuff. And Wonky was like, well, no, I just do news stuff or whatever. That's what I do. And I may be in the wrong because I had to follow Wonky like that. But lately, it seems Wonky has been doing a lot of negative press for Bandai, in my opinion. No, I don't. Like I said, I don't know. I don't follow him that much. But anytime I've seen some of his stuff on my Twitter feed, it's been a lot of negative stuff. Like, look how this is broken. Look how this is the blah, 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 whatever. Or look how people don't like this or stuff like that. Like, that's been on my Twitter feed constantly lately. Not always.
Like from him.
Yeah. And it's like not always. It hasn't always been like this. But lately it has. And I don't know if this is just, I'm just not seeing everything he's posting, or it's just that he's really doing this. So I wonder if maybe you had any input on this.
I follow Flying Wonky on Twitter too, but it's like I follow a bunch of people who make these Tekken videos, like with combos and punishment and all this other stuff here. So I don't exactly see, I actually don't see the negative, like all the negative press. But if it's going so far as to piss off Michael Murray, who doesn't really do that much on Twitter at all, it kind of sucks. But I really don't know how to feel, because maybe he has been posting a lot of negative stuff. And then, but to which Wonky replied with, "Oh, I just got off Tekken today," and like doing half-assed announcements and stuff like that. I'm like, it's like, I can see both sides, and I don't think both sides are exactly right. Because it's weird, because Tekken's not a perfect game. There's no such a thing as a perfect game.
Yeah.
There's going to be, like, with every new year 2, actually, year 2's release of characters, they have not been right. There's been something off about every single one of these characters so far, but at least they fixed it. And it's like, okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, release day bugs. This what, Tekken 7, the people at Bandai Namco have been working on this game, on this brand new system, for however long it's been in development, for the new system, and then after that for a couple of years after. And it's like, yeah, they're still working with this stuff. Of course, like, nothing's going to be perfect. But if you're reporting news about it, and it's starting to get more and more berating, I did see that post from Flying Wonky. If I don't understand what he means about half-assed announcements.
And see, that's another thing. I'm with you on that. I don't understand that whole half-assed announcement thing either. Because like, I can't think of any announcement they've done that's been ass.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, this is the first time. It's just like, okay, like, here's the rest of the characters that we have on lineup, right? You can play 2 of them tomorrow. And potentially the most hypest tournament where the developers themselves are at, and wishing people good luck, saying, hey, thank you for playing our game. You guys are the reason why we got this far. And I feel like if you're going to be if you're going to be reporting news about the game like this and stuff like that, you have to be non-biased. Or if you're going to be biased, you're going to say, well, I absolutely love this, but I hate the shit out of that. And it's like, when him and Michael Murray were going at it on Twitter like that, it kind of, I'm like, that's weird. It's strange,
especially for Michael Murray, because he's not that kind of guy.
Yeah, it's like this must have been going on for a while for Michael Murray to just flip his fucking lid like that and be like, hey, you cut that shit out.
I mean,
Mhm.
because like I will say one thing, since I do have some experience having taken like a journalism course, that
Mhm.
like one thing that's kind of been happening lately in terms of a lot of games journalism is that it has sort of started to become a bit more or rather a bit less just like flat out uh informative journalism, and they've been slowly becoming more like opinion pieces.
Which actually, I was actually going to bring that up in a side story. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up.
Because like,
But
oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, go ahead.
Because like that's one thing that's been kind of happening is that like a lot of times it'll be like you'll see like an article about like, okay, so this is what happened with this game launch, this is what happened with this title and all this other stuff, and then when and so it's just like I can kind of see why like the developers would start to get irritated, because one of the things that would cause such a problem is like, instead of it just being like, okay, so here's what they announced and here's what they said is gonna be is the contents of like the patch and all that stuff. It's like people start to throw in their opinions on that article, because one of the things that I learned in that course is that you're supposed to try and make it like not only an informative piece but also an enticing read as well. And so
Mhm.
I imagine because of all these like reactions and like and let's face it, whenever people get angry, that's when people pay most attention to content. That
Mhm.
it's probably why it's getting so much traction, and a lot of it's just kind of like, because I can't imagine it's just Wonky's stuff that's kind of pissing off what's his name, Michael Murray.
Michael
Yes.
Murray, yeah.
Yeah, it's not just his wonky stuff that's pissing off Michael Murray, but it's like it's all the other people on the internet. It's all the other games journalists that are like talking shit. It's like it's an amounting like annoyance to the point that he's kind of starting to like I can see him starting to kind of crack under the pressure, because it's nothing. It's people just wanting to detract more often than they are wanting to praise.
Mhm. Which is what is I think is
That's
definitely happening to Arata. I don't think so with Michael Murray per se. Maybe just because he called out Wonky only, but
Mhm.
Harada is like called out multiple people. And I think that falls under what you were saying.
Right. Because it is
Mm.
kind of an issue that like I can see it being that uh sorry, what's that, but it's like, I can see it being like a problem for a lot of people, that it's just kind of like it is both sides of the argument are actually perfectly valid. A lot of times when we talk smack about game devs getting lazy because they're not releasing content like it was back in the old days, it is just it's kind of like, yeah, because they kind of aren't releasing the stuff as well as content fill as they used to. For like every Witcher 3, you get like fucking 5 or 6 whatever the hell the emptiest Call of Duties you've ever played are.
So
So
every single one? No, I'm just
yeah, exactly.
playing.
But so it's just kind of like,
You aren't off the money, bro.
so it's because it'll be like that, and that's one of the reasons why, for example, one could make the argument that like, it's surprising that for the video game awards, that it was actually such a hard decision to make a definitive pick for who should get game of the year, because like the three biggest nominees were all games chock full of content, like big sandbox titles where it's like, you can find secrets at every corner, and you'd be surprised and amazed at like what you can possibly find,
Mhm.
compared to like, I'm sure that there's been other years where it's just kind of like you look at a list of the titles and it's just kind of like, well, this is obviously the number one choice.
Mhm.
And like so it's like that's the argument side for on the gamer side, but on the developer side, you have to just look at like, at the launch of of any AAA title, and it'll be like more like about more often than not half of the tweets are like all negative, maybe sometimes a little bit more, about how like this game is garbage, this game is mistreating us, this game is giving us like absolutely nothing of value, and it's just kind of like, dude, we poured our heart and soul like 2 to 3 years into making this fucking video game for you guys, and you guys are just like not even trying to appreciate it. You're just finding like all the negatives and just giving us shit for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I feel like it's kind of like while there are arguments to both sides, it's kind of like it shouldn't be surprising that like people in the industry are starting to get sick of it and kind of starting to snap back.
Mm-hmm. Which also goes to the whole thing about, quote, Twitter, where they get that direct access to the developer as well. And I feel like it's interesting that this snapback is happening not only to like game developers but celebrities and stuff as well, to where they're just pulling off. They're just pulling off Twitter, like, screw you guys, I'm going away.
And I mean, because like it makes sense why, because like what was it like I think I heard it like from a podcast, and it was like Mark Hamill talking about this, where he said like if you like you have to make every interaction with a fan as positive as possible, even if you're having like a horrible fucking shit day, because it'll be like because if you give them a positive interaction, they'll remember that for like a long time, and they'll tell like the next 10 people that they know, or like their closest 10 people. You give them a bad time, they will tell everyone they know. They will go out of their way to make sure everyone absolutely knows, quote, Mark Hamill is an asshole. He's not, but that's what they would say. Uh, and so it's just kind of like it's really, and so all that negativity is like it's just infectious and like toxic and contagious and all that kind of stuff.
Mm. Yep. Yeah, that was what I was just gonna talk about for that one. Anything else I wanted to add?
I'm looking back through it all,
Mm.
and I guess they both ended up taking a break off of social media for it. Kind of like you guys said.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm seeing here is that oh hold on, holy crap! There's a bunch of stuff I didn't even see
What's that?
between Michael Murray and the Flying One.
Yeah, what?
I'm just sifting through it all.
Hmm.
But it all ended with them both taking a break off of social media for a while.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I mean
and
that's
but what Wonky is saying is just that he's not a shill for Bandai Namco, so he's not trying to go up that ladder. So he's not gonna post everything that's gonna be absolutely positive all the time.
Which is fine, but you do make a living off of their stuff still too, even though you don't really work for them.
oh
Because
yeah.
that's mostly what he posts.
I
Yeah.
mean, like hell, we could. People can make argument that like we're being shills for like Bamco right now because like of having like this segment of Tekken World Tour.
It'd be loose, but sure.
Well, I'm I'm not saying it wouldn't be loose. I'm just saying that some people would try to make that argument because it's just like a lot
And
of
I
times
just look at them like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
because it would be like people's definitions like for how much of it they talk about before they become shills is like different.
Yep. And what Michael Murray is saying is just like if the only thing that you're spouting is negativity, then you're part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But then Flying Wonky is saying, Flying Wonky was saying, like ego surfing on places like GameFAQs, or constantly whining about the online community, or important details to communicate after half-assed announcements.
And that's why I'm just like, what half-ass announcement are you talking about?
Like, there's literally no half-ass announcements going on.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would,
So
because like if he's talking about like the Marduk stuff that happened, then it's just like that is like the exact opposite of a half-ass announcement.
yeah, that's like where are you getting that comment from? That
Yeah.
just kind of pulled out your ass.
Yep.
Hmm. You know, yeah, I think we're good on Tekken World Tour now, right?
I think that covers it.
So, Moopsy, you have the floor for Smash Brothers Ultimate.
All right, so I'm gonna try to do my best here because what was it like? It came out like last Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was like fucking studying for my finals, so I was pretty locked up in my room for a good while.
Your online sucks.
It's definitely not that great, but I haven't played the newest version yet.
Mm.
Because supposedly that one's helping with like that one's improving the matchmaking and like help, and it's supposed to like gonna try to help meet the required the preferred settings for when you want to matchmake. Because like the game is fun. Absolutely. I think that like in terms of like the content, it lives up to the hype. Um, I love the roster. I've got no problems with it. A lot of my picks are there. I am curious to see what they're gonna do for the DLC because, like, people thought like, okay, Piranha Plant, it's a stupid choice, but it'll keep in the theme with like Nintendo characters. Then they bust out the Joker reveal out of nowhere and on Smash Night, nonetheless, and
Mm.
and people were just losing their shit because it's just like, oh, by the way, Joker's here. It's just kind of like, wait, Joker from Persona? What the fuck? And now people are just kind of like curious. Like the only thing that we know for sure for the Smash characters is that it's gonna be characters that aren't in Smash already, or like their franchises aren't represented. So while that does take out some characters that people want, it does leave the door open for some other ones. So it's just like, say, Jazz says, "Oh, I want Heihachi in," and I say, "I want Dante from Devil May Cry." The crazy thing is, those guys are actually viable options now,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be fucking crazy. And so let's see. Uh, the unlocking system, I like because I've seen some videos where they say that, or like I've heard that there's like some videos out there that say like you can unlock the entire roster in like 3 hours. Like I haven't tried it yet, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything about that, Jess?
Yeah, a lot of people have done it.
What
Yeah.
exactly is like the mode that they use?
So basically, what they do is the versus mode or whatever, and then they fight the CPU for like 10 minutes, and then they get the first unlock fight character, which usually is Ness. And then the second they beat Ness, they reset the console and then go back, and then they go back and do the 10-minute thing, but instead of playing for 10 minutes, they just kill themselves off. And then then right after that, the next character comes to fight to be unlocked,
Huh.
and they just keep doing that over and over and over again.
So I guess it's like not entirely that different from what I was doing because I was just like going in to fight the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the
It's
way,
just yeah,
because I was just gonna say, like, by the way, like the fucking computer definitely isn't messing around this time.
which they just nerfed.
Yeah, I haven't seen what that one's done yet, or like how that one fights. But like the level 9 difficulty for like the computer, like that shit was tough as all hell, and I actually kind of appreciated it because it made like getting those wins like that much more satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do kind of hate Incineroar because of it, because like a lot of this, like I told, I don't know if you saw that message I sent you, Jess, where I said that like Incineroar is basically like Android 16 for Smash.
Mm.
Because
No,
like,
I didn't feel it.
okay, yeah, it's basically like he's got grapples, he's got like a bunch of like stupid bullshit where I'm just kind of like, where well, after I get killed, I'm just kind of like, come the fuck on, how am I supposed to block against that? All that kind of stuff.
But does
Uh,
he tell you to hold this L?
Probably in his Pokemon language. And what else? Arcade mode. I One of the things I do like, because when you're scrolling across arcade mode, then you pick your difficulty and then you go across the levels. And if you die, you like they make it a little bit easier for you, and you lose some money and all that stuff. Like that's been there, like that was in there like the last version. What I
Hmm.
do appreciate is that they do have this option where they have like this little ticket that you can earn by beating arcade.
Mm-hmm.
And when you lose, you can use that ticket, and then you can keep the difficulty and keep the fight going.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
I actually want to add this in post. So I'll
God,
put it there.
you suck. But anyway, one thing I kind of don't like about it, I don't know, maybe it's something I have to change in the settings and I just haven't found it yet. But in arcade mode, whenever I enter it, I only get one life. And
Really?
if you start to go into like the higher difficulty parts, obviously the computer will get like a lot more fucking challenging. And the problem with that is that if you've got one life and the computer pulls like some cheap bullshit on you where you can't even touch it, that like it just feels like a cheap L. You know what I mean?
I wonder why it's making you only have one life.
I should probably check like the options or something. I'm sure that there's someone in the comments getting all pissed off like, no, this is how you change it and get more lives, you dumbass. But I don't know because I haven't seen those options yet.
Mm.
Let's see. For the soundtrack, It's got a lot of good choices. The one thing though, and that is that threw me way the hell off is that uh, rowdy. But anyway, what threw me way the hell off is that the thing about the playlist that they said. Because when they announced it, I like not only me but also our good buddy Phantom Combo who thought that you make the playlist and it'll be like the music that plays in the background of the actual battle stages. And when I tried messing around with that a little bit, it didn't really seem to be that way. It just seems to be like that's the playlist that happens like during all the selection screens. But when you get to the actual stage combat, it's the same music as that shows up in that stage. So
Odd.
that's kind of a negative. They might patch it in so that it works like how everyone else thought it would be. But at the moment, it's kind of like it's nice to have that playlist, but it's also kind of useless because if you can't listen to it at the whole time, then it's kind of like it's just fun music you can have. But some people might argue, just make a playlist on YouTube and listen to it from there.
Mm.
Let's see. They took out the trophies, and honestly, I mean, it's kind of like I can't really say I miss them.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't entirely messed around with the amiibo functions yet. They do have apparently like some kind of like what I'm gonna call a legacy system because I put in my Mario amiibo, which had the data from my Smash 4 Mario, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I brought that psychopath to the Smash Ultimate, and what they do is which I think is actually pretty cool. It's they they reset his level, but they do give him so he goes back to level 1. Well, except because since he's a legacy, they gave him a boost for 12 levels, which I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of like I was a little bit hesitant, but what they also do is they also bring in basically what I'm gonna put it this way. It's they bring in that amiibo's memories as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that AI is going to continue developing, but in this new game. And I'm actually pretty hyped to see where I can take that now too. And for the spirits, they are actually not that bad. The one thing though that I am kind of worried about is that while it will be easier to manage the spirits in my amiibo, because one thing I like is that they're not like a permanent change,
Mm-hmm.
which I will see. I do kind of see this as a positive because one thing that I always found like kind of a pain in the ass to do for my amiibos in the past was I wanted to increase their stats, but sometimes those items would come with like a bonus that didn't want to keep on there. So like say for example, uh, it might be like this little snack thing for your amiibo. It increases their attack, and as a positive thing, it'll give you like a bonus for like your amiibo starts off the fight with like 10 seconds of invincibility. And what
Mm.
I kind of didn't like about that system is that like I wanted to just have my base amiibo fighting so that I could have a solid fighter, so that I could use this as kind of like a tournament practice buddy. So not something to be, not like a mechanic where I would have to like fight this guy like under like busted ass conditions, which would never happen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I didn't like about the last one, but I think that I will be able to make it so that I can just put in like the right spirits and I won't have to deal with any of that bullshit, which I think is a positive. Let's see what else. The World of Light mode, it's pretty huge, but it can get a little dull after a while. Cause
No, how?
because what happens is that it like they do have a shit ton of representatives. I've seen a bunch of stuff from like from Fatal Frame. I've seen like a Bomberman spirit, which also kind of raises some questions if you think about it, because there's a Bomberman spirit, right? But he's also an assist trophy, which kind of makes me think like, okay, so what's like the status for some of these characters that like what are their possibilities of entering? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like it brings some of that stuff into question. Um
Joke's
and
on you. It's Bomberman's twin brother.
oh gosh, from Bomberman Jetters.
Bomberman.
But and so the thing, and what makes it kind of take a while is that you can get like so many fucking spirits, and to advance in some parts of the map, you have to get specific spirits that would have like a special effect. So, like for example, say there's like a boulder in the way from some treasure or from where you're supposed to go. And the only way you can get past that is if you find the Bomberman spirit. Problem is that it's
Mhm.
probably hidden like somewhere on the map and it'll take you like ages to find. So,
Now, would you say that we go to the replayability and stuff though? Like, you know how Resident Evil games, how like they can be long first playthrough, but once you know everything is, they're done like an.
um, not necessarily, because since it's kind of like a path, like a map path sort of system. Like even if you knew where Bomberman was, you'd still have to go through like a bunch of useless spirits in order to get to Bomberman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's there's a it's kind of like there's a bunch of filler. I would say that's the best way I'd put it. There's a bunch of filler, unfortunately. Um, and I still haven't even gotten to the last boss because there's like apparently like three main castles that you're supposed to go through to get access to the what's it called, like the freaking wing guy, and that obviously
Mm-hmm.
takes like a huge while.
Thanos.
So
Oh wait.
wing Thanos, what? uh, but it's so there's I've been dipping into it every once in a while, but it can get kind of boring. But I mean, thankfully, I don't play Smash for like the story modes. I play it so that I could freaking fight the computer and all that stuff.
But
Um,
what about online, man? For glory, man.
I kind of want to save that after this one, because one thing that I do want to mention that is like I do appreciate this is that whenever you like go into like the Smash mode, which is basically like the versus, they do have this little system set up so that you can set up these specific rules. So instead of like going through all the selecting screens and doing all the mechanics selection and all that, so it's just kind of like, okay, I want it to be stock, I want it to be this much time, like all that stuff. They do have it set up so that there's a system so that you can just edit, like make those rules, so like give them a specific name, and then it's just like when you want to play that's those settings, it's still just like you just select it and then it'll be done,
Mm-hmm.
which is something like I think that is really good because it really helps like speed up the process. And now the online.
Online, man.
It is not great, if I am perfectly honest. It really has some problems. I've run into that same stuff where it's like, I want to play against like a one-on-one, and then I'd get like parties of four or team battle or a bunch of stuff, and I'm just kind of like, God damn it, I did not ask for this.
But it's
Also,
online, man.
and the netcode, there was one fight I had where the netcode was like horrendous. It was like what was it like? One move, or like a couple, just only like say 25 to 30 frames would take like 15 seconds to, or like no, yeah, 15 seconds to load.
Nice.
And then it would just like stop, and then another 15 seconds, then stop, and then another. It was just like, my God, the connection was so fucking bad. Would I say it's like the worst netcode I've played? Probably this year, maybe, but not the worst I've ever played. Um, but because like the thing is that it's just like, because the reason I can't say that is fighting randoms. Yeah, the code's terrible. I knew that, like, because I told you this also, but just for the sake of the audience, I told Jazz that when I saw the announcement for changing the For Honor and For Glory stuff, like options in the online menu to this point system, I knew it was gonna be a problem because what makes it so bad and randomized is that you can select a specific set of rules that you want, and then it'll try to match you with people with similar points. The problem with that is that it matches you up with people with similar points, but the rule, since it's a bunch of different rule sets also coming across with each other, you're not gonna get like the fight you want. Like for example, on I think it was like the day after launch day, I was watching a Keith stream, a Mighty Keith stream, and he was getting a bunch of matches that he didn't like. He was having a really bad time with the netcode, and it was like nothing but complain and complain and complain. And I was kind of, and it's just kind of like, after testing it out myself, I was just like, I definitely see where he's coming from, and it's something I definitely don't like.
Boy, that's just crazy.
We had to at some point. And so that's obviously one of the big negatives. And but I will say that kind of like for lobbies, it's actually been pretty good. To be honest, I had some lobbies with like a friend who's like who's local here. I met him at like this con I went to last year. Different guy, Jess.
I was like,
Yeah, it's a different guy.
You and your lobby people.
But because I tried to network, and I mean, I got some people. But it's and in his connection when we were playing, it was really good. But then it's just like, okay, well, it's really good because you're fucking like right there next to each other. But I also played it with Phantom a lot. I played a set with Phantom the other day, and that connection was really good too. And he's all the way over in Florida. And so it's just kind of like, we're not entire. I guess like it's maybe the people that I was playing against, their like connections were like horrible or something. I don't know. I can't make a solid declaration on what the system or what the netcode's like, but I can say it's definitely like not the best that's out there right now. It is like lower end tier, like lower mid tier.
Okay, because Wi-Fi.
I mean, that doesn't help, but I was playing Wi-Fi with Brandon and with his name's Mo, or not Brandon, Phantom.
I was like, wait, who?
Sorry, it's because like I saw a text from my boss.
No, not like this.
But anyway, it's like no, like I had like sets with Mo and with Phantom, and they were fucking great. So I feel like at the moment I can't come up with like a definitive rating for the netcode, but I can't say it's like I can't say that it's a really good netcode. But for me, I give the game a solid 8.5. I like the roster. I like some of the changes that they made. A lot of the single player I feel is pretty good, though obviously a lot of it could be better. But when it comes to Smash, I've always been kind of like on the simplistic side. So take it as you will.
So don't take it so hard. No.
Jess is like, so fuck Mrmoopsy. Okay, what the fuck?
No, I've just been all I really go on was what I've been is a lot of people saying this is probably the most latency one yet.
There is actually like some sizable latency. I'm pretty sure that's actually gotten me killed a couple times because of it. Like it might be part of the reason why I hate Incineroar.
And then there's also like the top tier people. Well, like top tier like Pichu and Inklings, and the first patch note said they're changing characters. They didn't even say what they're changing.
Yeah, that was weird too. I did catch like some of that, but then I only played like 2 or 3 matches and then like fucking I just fucked off.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend it if you're a Smash fan for sure. It's still a really good party game. I like a lot of the assist trophies that they have. I like a lot of how a lot of the supers are more like straight to the point. Some characters I do feel like could be balanced because like my god, Ganondorf is fucking broken as all hell in my opinion. And I seriously don't like Incineroar because of his moveset, like how he's got like a lot of grabs. So you might be blocking, it'll be like side B, and then he kills you. Rick, like the Belmonts are really fun. King K. Rool is like is stupid OP, is like powerful as all hell. The range and like strength of his movesets are like stupid.
Nice.
So but it's just like yeah, I like a lot of the newcomers. I find that a lot of them fun. There's the from a competitive standpoint, yeah, the game definitely needs like some fucking tweaking, but as like a party game, which is a thing that Smash can be as well as competitive. It's pretty fun.
Now, I want to poll before we move on to the thing. How many? Who thinks that they're gonna add supers to competitive?
Well, Eddie's got his microphone blocked, but I would like them to, but I can't. I feel like they're not gonna. Because there are some that are pretty much because like I think either there are some that do have this or they all are like this, but pretty much like there's a good chunk of supers that are unblockable.
Supers in what game? Smash?
Yeah.
No, because not every super does the same thing. As mechanically, they don't all do the same thing. So those Smash players.
Oh no!
So yeah,
they're gonna be like my randomness.
Yeah, because like since they're not since a lot of them are unblockable, I feel like they're not gonna let them in.
All right. Well, back to boring 1v1 again.
Back to Bayonetta's in grand finals.
But I guess we can go to this very quick story about how a school shut down because a kid was extremely excited for Smash, and he drew the Smash logo. And it was like, one more day, boys, or whatever. And a teacher saw that and thought it was a crosshair. So they thought somebody was going to shoot up the school the day it was coming out.
That's probably one of the most incoherent crosshairs.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it. I was like, really? I mean, I guess. Really? But that was just a weird story. I just saw it was in my Twitter feed. It's like, what? So Smash closed the school. Who would have thought?
Hooray, Smash!
But
no, yeah, it's just dumb because like the teachers don't know what the hell is going on, and fucking that's just the culture we're living in. So,
well, I find it interesting that okay, let me just go devil's advocate for some odd reason here. Why didn't you even look it up on Google or something? Like, because that's clearly not a normal crosshair. That could have been anything.
I mean, like, you know what would have been the simple thing about it is just ask either not only that student but a student, like any student. A classroom is just kind of like, hey guys, what's this mean? Is this a crosshair? No, this is the Smash logo. What's Smash? It's a fighting game. Oh, okay, done.
Yeah, like there's so many other things you could have done than that for the extreme, especially since, from what I understanding, they knew it wasn't that day.
Yeah, but they had to close it down because they were scared out of their minds, I guess. But
Which I slightly understand.
I mean,
At the same time, there could have been a lot of things to prevent that.
I think I read somewhere that like Florida is gonna start arming teachers.
I'm not surprised, and that is not a good idea.
Nope.
They even have like, you know how they have like the fire alarm levers?
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're also implementing like police levers now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I just saw that recently on my feed. I'm just thinking, this is not gonna end well.
All I can say is thank God I'm not in K through 12 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
A police lever. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cause fucking like I remember fuckers can get like expelled for just pulling a fire lever for the lols.
Mm-hmm. And they do it anyway.
Yeah, because it's just like I'm at the edge of comedy. Oh god, I'm expelled. Well, I was retarded anyway.
I remember in high school somebody had got the code for the intercom, and they broadcasted to the entire school that the vice principal of the school is a bitch.
Balls.
That's funny.
It's just like, yeah, I just want to say the vice principal sucks dick. Yeah, it's like,
I
mean,
there's that person.
there's a chance that like he probably got expelled because like it's his voice, so he's gonna be recognized.
I think because we're in the South, they kind of just laughed out. No, just like ha ha ha, because the vice principal was in our classroom when it happened, and he was laughing too. Like you could tell, like it's funny, but he's just like, right, I'm supposed to be offended. Yeah, damn it, man.
He can't hold back the laughter. That like you see him like crying.
No, like if he got expelled for that would he deserved to be called a bitch. I'm sorry. But I think we're done with Smash. So, Monster Hunter World. Eddie, I think you went to talk about the draw thing, right?
Geralt of Rivia is coming to Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
And he hates portals still.
He still hates them damn portals. He's the perfect character to basically be in every game because of fucking portals.
I mean,
that's the first bit of dialogue that he gets. Just, yo, I hate portals.
so this is why I fucking hate portals.
God damn it. Oh, yeah, I've also killed monsters for a price.
Because, I mean, like, there's magic portals, there's science portals, so that covers both genres.
You can just be anywhere. It's like, damn it, another fucking portal.
He shows up in Call of Duty is like, yep, that's a portal.
Exactly. He really could. Especially with the zombie mythos.
Oh, God.
Damn it, now we got zombies. Fucking portals.
Like, we got zombies and portals? Fuck this shit.
No, but do you know when that one's coming out?
I need to double check the trailer.
It's actually not that bad. No, I also will say though, I was expecting that ice one to come up sooner than autumn, but at the same time, it's like it's there. So,
I mean, like, it really all depends on what we're gonna get, because there's been a lot of speculation as to like what's gonna appear. Because like some people have been saying like there's gonna be like from like I'm gonna say like from 6 to 12 monsters with like 1 to 3 maps, and then there's gonna be like a bunch of boss monsters. The 6 to 12 is including variants. And I said boss monsters already, right? I'm gonna assume I did.
yes.
And they get their own unique areas, like the Alatreon. You fight him on the top of a volcano. Like and what else? And like there's also like speculation as to like which are some of the monsters that are gonna show up. The only one that's basically been confirmed from the trailer is the Nargacuga, and Jazz knows the other monsters.
I do.
He was on such a nice roll there too.
Wait,
Just
what?
Moopsy was on such a fucking roll there, and he's just like, yeah, it's gonna have this and that, and Jazz knows the last part. Take it away, buddy.
Well, I can't say anything.
Yeah.
On it.
That's why I said that, because like I was telling Jazz, it's just like I know who the monster at the end of the Iceborne trailer is, and he's just like, oh yeah, well I know all the other monsters, and I'm like, shit.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't say anything, so I don't know what you up.
It's like he stole my clout.
Is it because of spoilers, or you just it's like
It's an NDA
contract? Yeah.
Oh wait, you're under an NDA?
Yes.
You in particular?
Yes, I am.
Why you? What the hell happened there?
It's his job.
Yeah, part of the job being design stuff and whatnot.
Okay, then how? Well, I guess you can't say how you got.
Yeah, exactly.
So like we're just gonna keep going in circles here.
You got me monologuing, you mother.
But I mean, because those are all the rumors I've heard, and we'll see what comes out. But it's just like, because I remember we also delved into this before about like how a lot of the monsters like they have to create a bunch of new skeletons, and the environments have to be like super detailed. Not only to look visually good, but also to be able to have like all the bugs you can capture, all the berries and fruits and fucking other and meats and creatures that are gonna show up, and like how they're gonna react. I'm not surprised it's not gonna be released till autumn. I'm just curious though, like how much is it gonna be, and like how much is it gonna have?
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting though. I was not expecting it to be that far away though.
I would rather have them like keep the quality and have it be that far away than like, oh, it comes out like in March, but then it's just like, oh my god, like there's like some glitch where I'm getting like infinite meat and I hate it.
Why would you hate that?
I don't know. The internet.
Fix your game. By the way, don't fix it too fast.
Basically, that's how a lot of times people are.
But, yeah, I think it's gonna be very fun, and it'll definitely be a good thing to come back to when I come back to the game.
Yeah.
Because the last time I did, I was with Mrmoopsy and his brother, and we failed.
Oh
was
god,
fun.
yeah. That was like 2 months ago or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really haven't had a reason to come back since, to be honest. Because I think like you, Eddie, I was kind of just burned out on it.
Yeah,
And
boy.
like seasonal armors, like they can only do so much, and that's if you're interested at all.
I'm still mad at that fucking butterfly shit. Like, I had to do this for like 5 days. I can't even use the shit on things I want.
I can't believe that dude tried me like that.
Like it took me this long for me to like get seasonal armor that I feel like applies, because I did get like the seasonal Santa armor, which has a lot of ice defense, which is like it's gonna be really good for autumn. But like for right now, it's gonna be like, why do I need this?
No. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though. So, do we want anything on Monster Hunter World?
I just hope the game just has as much depth as it did the first 70 hours we played it.
Bring in the Brachidios.
I don't know what that is.
Look it up.
Damn.
I guess I guess.
Damn, just like that.
Well, like I could give you like a
Eddie told me to
description that I
Google
normally
that
use
shit.
if you want.
Nah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Look it up, bitch. Yeah.
Told you.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be all JonTron about it.
You right.
Ready. So I guess we can move on to our sites. Now, is there anyone y'all want to hit first?
Side stories?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The new Tales games is a fucking mobile game, bro.
Is it? I knew it. I
Bro, I was so sad.
It's like, this is like my own Diablo. God damn it.
Well, see, the funny thing is, I was talking to Eddie when he put it in the game thing because I saw something at the PlayStation thing in Japan. I was like, this looks cool. Oh, it's a mobile game. So when he put that up, I was like, oh, they're actually doing another game. Nope, this is probably the same mobile game I saw. That's so funny.
Yeah, I was so saddened.
Oh, man.
They won't help because mobile games are microtransaction heavy.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like, you think like a lot of fighting games have like microtransactions, like costumes and fucking all this other shit, or in music packs. It's just like, fucking play a mobile game.
Speaking of which, were you doing anything else on that one, Eddie?
No, that's it.
Okay, so speaking of which, Mrmoopsy, about those ads in Street Fighter 5.
I felt like we were gonna talk about this.
There's a lot of people not loving that, especially at the LCQ.
I mean, like, here's my stance on it. Is it annoying? Yes. Is it super bad? Not really. At least not in my opinion. But let me explain why. There's a little function. It's they show it to you, but it's kind of hidden in there, where you can turn the ads off. And that doesn't bother me because it's just like, okay, the ads are not really essential, and like, some people might say, well, that's 4 fucking fight money you're missing out on. Then I guess I'm missing out on 4 fucking fight money. I don't give a shit. As long as I can't see the fucking ads, I don't care. Because
and here's another thing that they talked about. Apparently, it caps. So it caps at 50. Whoa, geez.
Yeah, sorry.
Soldier Boy.
Oh, I got something to talk about that in the side story too. So apparently it caps at 50 fight money. So my thing is, what's the point?
The only thing I can say is it's for people that are really hell bent on not paying money for like any of the DLC, which I'd be like, oh, more power to you, man. Because
you're not even gonna get anything.
I mean, because you can get and I'm not even really defending this. I'm just saying like what the possibility is that like you can at least get like the free characters faster. That's like something.
And now, and a lot of people are also not all over Capcom Cup as well. Like, they're literally doing it, which doesn't make any sense because we're already watching Capcom Cup. But
yeah, like, because what I told Jazz was that like I thought it was dumb. Yeah, they're like, if you leave them on, they are pretty intrusive, and I'm sure that this is like a remnant of like the Ono era. Like, I'm sure that this is like one of the few things like Ono had planned before he fucking had to step down. I'm not saying it's smart. Being the Street Fighter player is like, well, go ahead.
And here's my problem with that, because I'm not disagreeing with you on there, but my problem is, why didn't the new guy say no?
This is probably something that was like, that the corporate heads probably allowed, or they were probably pushing this shit. I can't tell you. This is all just speculation. And this isn't even a function I want, honestly. Because it's just like, I just have mine turned off, and it's just like I just fucking like leave it alone. But I can only imagine it's just like the corporate heads were probably like, they like, it's like Ono had the idea, the corporate heads listened, and because they're like just blindly like leaving it alone. Because it's just like, well, it's Ono. He's the one that knows fighting games. We don't know jack shit about this, so fucking let him do it.
Which I feel like is counterproductive, being that you made him step down.
Yeah.
But,
I feel like it's kind of like a shit show in terms of that stuff, and like I mean, like, you couldn't pay me enough to fucking try to defend this. Unless you paid me like $10 billion, in which case I'll be like, fucking, we need the ads.
No, we don't.
How are you supposed to know that there's awesome costumes coming out?
I don't know. Maybe some trailers.
But you can also see the prices, Jess. I'm just kidding. I don't
In the
fucking care about
trailers,
this.
yes. No, but the thing is, a lot of people are even hating on it more because of the fact that like you have the normal ads that you have in any kind of tournament thing or whatever. But then before the match even starts, that ad pops up.
No, yeah, like I said, it's pretty goddamn intrusive. I still don't like it, which is why I'm just like, yes, it's annoying. I'm just fucking like, you can just fucking turn it off. Because, see, the thing is that I guess you could say that it's kind of come at a bad time. Or like, or you could say it's a bad time, but not for Street Fighter. Because here's the thing. I've been having problems with a different fighting game where there's something that I want to do, but the game literally won't let me. Which is that, yeah, the ads are fucking stupid. I will freaking like I want to keep repeating this because I feel like if we had like enough haters, they'd be like, you see this, Mrmoopsy's defending the ads. Like, fuck you. But it's like, because it's something that ultimately doesn't affect the outcome, like the match. It doesn't affect the enjoyment. It happens before, and maybe someone's wearing the ad clothes, but that's it. Like the fight itself is not affected. The modes are not affected. Whereas my big problem, and I feel like I know you're gonna know where I'm gonna be going for next, Jess, is Dragon Ball Fighters. I've been having a problem with their tournament mode because god damn it, man. I looked it up. Apparently this is a mode where this can only be activated like I think once every like a couple days or like a week or something like that. It's apparently like some stupid limited time event. And it kind of pisses me off, honestly, because it's kind of like here's these tournament rules we can have so that you can fucking play however you want. Like you can have 3 of the same character, like in Marvel 2. You can have a no UI mode, like in Capcom vs SNK 2. You can have like all these crazy changing the fucking rules kinds of modes that can really can get you to play games differently. And this is something that it bothers me more because this affects gameplay. If there was like because it's they announced this mode that was entirely free, but it's just like they won't let me play it. Every time I fucking go in, it just says failed to acquire data. And then you think like, okay, well, like it that shouldn't be bothering you that much, but it's kind of like because it's just like a tournament thing, but it's just like then you go into the local match and they have this they have a mode where you have tournament settings. So it's just like, okay, maybe I can play with those fucked up rules there. Nope, it's not available there at all. You just have like a standard tournament. And I mean, I might like it because it feels like that's something closer to like arcade mode than what they've got now, cuz I've been tired of that arcade mode that they have for like a long ass time now. But it bothers me more what's been going on with Dragon Ball because this literally affects how I play the game. Yes, the ads are intrusive as all hell, but they don't mess with the rules. They don't change the outcome of the fight. They're just something ugly to look at before a fight starts.
Which is I'm not like disagreeing. The main thing I was that it's not even like you can turn it off or whatever. You can't turn it off at the Capcom Cup. They left it on.
Which that's fucking bad and
even
stupid.
More ads. That's what I was trying to point out. More ads on top of ads now.
Which I mean, yeah, I'm sure that the backlash of this is gonna be pretty. Well, I mean, it's already huge. It's already ensuing. So it's already pretty huge. I'm just saying this is like they obviously need to fucking fix that, of course. But it's just like this is something that I feel like is just blowing up. Because it's easier to hate that, but then it's just like you've got some stuff where I feel like it's content I'm locked out of, where that bothers me more because that can affect how I play a game.
Which honestly, and I understand what you're saying, and I'm with you on it, but I think the reason is nobody cares about the mode.
Well, I don't know because I looked it up and like it's only available for a limited time, and I'm just like, okay, but when is it available? It's just kind of like if I'm because I'm just like fucking like looking around in the dark. I'm not informed about any of this shit at all.
Mm-hmm.
And with like yeah, like it's not really like entirely related, but at least like they told me how to turn off the ads.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know it's kind of like fucking pretty weak, but I'm also just kind of like that's my main point though is that like something that should be pissing off a lot more people isn't pissing them off at all, and something that's just kind of like this is stupid, and yeah, when we get to see it in the actual tournament, that's gonna be pretty fucking bad. But it's optional stupid shit, and yeah, of course they need
Mm-hmm.
to remove the ads.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like I guess you could say it's like I can't get angry at the ads because I'm more pissed off about like the rule sets that I'm not allowed to use.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. But yeah, that's thoughts on that. Now, there was another story I was gonna talk about, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was actually something that happened between me and Jen that I wanted your y'all's thoughts on it. And if Eddie ever comes back from the mic, then I'll get his thoughts on that. But
No, I'm here. I just don't want you guys to hear the sounds of me pressing buttons.
fair.
But
But
what was the question? I wasn't listening.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah,
so-
that's what we're calling it.
Sure. But I think you might have been there for this too, Eddie, where I was
Whatever.
talking about Sonic Fox and how he like dominates games and stuff.
That's right.
Now, the thing I was telling Jen is that like he dominates all these games, he does whatever he wants and all that stuff. And I told him I think that if he actually put his mind to it and practice into it, he could dominate in Street Fighter V as well.
Yeah.
And Jin was not having it. And I was trying to give him my points on the matter, which was how he's like so versatile in all these different games, like Dead or Alive, like Soul Calibur, like Mortal Kombat. I know I'm forgetting something else, but
Dragon Ball.
Injustice.
Dragon Ball, yeah. And then he kept putting out the fact like he was saying that a game like Dragon Ball Fighters and MKX are practically kind of the same game in a way where you do like 50-50s and then you die basically. Well, first he said you guess wrong once you die, but then he backed off and saying like 50-50s and then you die. And I was trying to tell him that's not true. They're totally different games for totally different reasons. For one, Dragon Ball Fighters is a team-based game.
Right.
And you could literally, with certain characters, one touch because of that team-based thing or whatever. And with Mortal Kombat, you can do a lot of damage, but there's also breakers in that game to break off the damage off of there. And there's also like the run mechanic and all this other thing that you have to learn in order to be good at that game. And he just was not having it. But my thing is, well, I was going to ask you guys, same basic question. Do you think if he put his mind to it, he could do well in Street Fighter V?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And that's like, I don't understand why he kept giving me pushback on it.
I feel like the reason why is because honestly, like, I've kind of felt like this for a while now. It's just kind of like Jen just doesn't want to give Street Fighter like any credit. He doesn't want to say anything positive about it, honestly. Because it'll be because he wants because it's like this. If you say that Sonic Fox, if he puts his mind to it, he can get good at the game. To him, that means that it's just like that means that there's like something good in the game. Like it's not just like a broken mash fest, It would it would be kind of like admitting to that, and he doesn't want to do that. He's kind of stubborn that way.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna go like too much further in it because when I asked him if he voice chat about it and talk about it so we can discuss it, he didn't even want to do that. So it's just like whatever. But it was just like one of those things. It's just like, why are you so pushed back on this idea when he's literally proven time and time again he can do these things?
Oh yeah, he's fucking been wrecking shop in multiple games. But like, I mean, like that's kind of like the thing I've kind of felt about Jen, which is kind of like why I haven't been playing with him as much, honestly. Because it'll be like, if say we're like playing like Street Fighter or something like that, like out of nowhere he like say I'm just like he beats me or something like that, and it's just kind of like we're just having fun, right? Then he'd be like, yeah, see, the problem is that because this thing is not working properly or something like that, that's why you lost. And it's just kind of like I wasn't even thinking about like frame data or mechanics or something like that. I was just like I made a bad call, and I'm just trying to have fun.
Hmm. I don't know. What do you think, Eddie?
Just as a whole.
Hmm.
What? Jen's a scrub. Who cares what he thinks? He's British.
Well, there you go.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. It's not that. But that type of attitude is the reason. That type of attitude is the reason why I'm better than him still, despite me not playing Tekken in outside of practice mode. I haven't played Tekken at all in like the past half a year. And I don't consider the sessions that I have with friends, I don't count that because that's just me playing with friends. I'm not there to win. I'm there to have fun and goof around and laugh. Except when I'm playing Jazz because he giggles too goddamn much. I say that out of love, man. You know I love you. But even then, despite all that, I could play Jin tomorrow and I'm still better than him because I have that. I don't know. My attitude is stronger, I guess. And I don't. It's like I'm seeing it with myself right now in Soul Calibur, but having a defeatist type attitude won't ever help me beat these characters that I'm having a hard time against. I'm going against a C rank. I'm in a lobby with a C rank Song Mina player. This person is like 9-1 right now against me and a bunch of other people. I am the only person to beat this person. Nice. I'm the one loss he has, but he's been kicking my ass. But even then, I know Sung Mina's a very tough matchup. I am very afraid of this character playing as Yoshimitsu. I'm petrified. I don't know what to expect. I don't know if I'm going to get my dick pushed in the dirt by a mid or a low grab, and there goes 70% of my health and shit like that. But I won't. But I'm gotten to the point where I stopped making excuses for why I'm not playing well, and it's more like just because I lost doesn't mean I suck. I lost because, well, the decision making that he made was better than mine. And I started bringing that attitude more into fighting games, and I see myself getting better. That's why I'm that dude. That's the rank that I am. But I'm over here hanging with Gimbus and shit. Year one Gimbus, boys.
Year one Gimbus. Hey, I am on the minority and all that stuff where it's just like, hey, despite ranked being slightly jank in Tekken, they're still Genbus.
They still got there.
Yeah. That's more than a lot of people still who are still in greens, mind you.
Exactamundo. That makes perfect sense. But even then, just the attitude, the attitude of I'm not making excuses for Soul Calibur's game mechanics. It ain't perfect. Nothing's perfect. But he's using the mechanics like I'm using the mechanics. So we got to make them work. And I feel like ever since I took on that, I win more games than usual now.
Which is good. This is me, the Soul Calibur fanboy, and also say it's not a perfect game by any means.
Because another thing about it too is that one thing that helps is the mentality of it, which is just you're just interested in having fun. Whereas with Jen, he's probably super analytical about all that stuff.
It just kept bugging, and it made me think, does anybody else think this way? Because I don't see why he couldn't.
But it's just anyone, any fucking one, anyone with enough time can be a beast at anything. But Sonic Fox in particular, he doesn't have to try as hard in a 2D game. 2D games, just 2D game. I know he's a beast at Soul Calibur, but he plays as well. Whatever. He's a queer, and I'm not saying that because he's gay.
I will give him some leeway because he is an OG player. So I will
So
give him some leeway.
he played in the past.
Yeah, I will give him some leeway on that. He's still an Aswell player. Still
Right.
fuck him, but
but just because he's an Aswell player, him playing Aswell is just him trying to win, not
Exactly.
a disability, like not a disability to learn. Because Sonic Fox is a fucking beast.
yeah.
Of course. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, just before I really applied it even further in the fighting games, I applied it into gaming in general. Just anybody can be a beast at anything with enough time.
Mm-hmm.
I played Call of Duty with people. And they wonder how I'd pull off the shit that I pull off. It's just, hey, sometimes it works. How, you know Nikki, right?
Yeah. Anger management, your lord. No, I'm just Nikki's.
Like, that's my girl, but she is so pissed getting diamond sniper rifles. And she finally got them, good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. But during the whole time, she's struggling, and then she asked how I did it. And I was like, I told her, you have no idea how many private matches that I've been in.
Mm-hmm.
Playing it, like, just learning to snipe against bots, just like how I do with the guides and everything like that. Like, I'm in the practice mode. I'm in the realm where everything that I'm doing is to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have so many hours put into custom matches in Call of Duty over the years. I've helped people get better at Call of Duty. I've helped, I wouldn't say countless people,
Mm-hmm.
but say I helped Country get better at Call of Duty. I helped Mario get great at Call of Duty. I helped those guys. Yeah, I know. Mario's out doing real nigga shit, man. That nigga is out there fucking killing it.
Mm-hmm.
But just not even in gaming, but in life in general. Like, he is like dominating life right now.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, like, he couldn't aim in Call of Duty worth shit in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But him just hanging around with me and just like not even watching how I play, but just listening to me and how I in particular think about shit,
Mm-hmm.
helped him get better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense. But no, that's all I really had on that one. It's just it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's constantly fighting you about Sonic Fox not being able to play Street Fighter. Jen hates Street Fighter. Why does his opinion matter?
Yeah, pretty much. I was gonna say, because it's just gonna be like doesn't matter what the hell is happening. He's just gonna stick with that opinion, and he basically, like, if he hates it so much, it's just gonna be one of those things where it's just like he just won't. He'll make sure to not give the game any credit whatsoever, even if they did everything absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's just a no-win situation, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
In here, yeah, it is. Not much you can do there.
Mm. Well, on to a more fun topic that recently just happened today, though.
Yeah.
So Kanye West is actually trying to find Hideo Kojima right now.
Oh
He's
God,
trying to
why?
find him?
Yes, it was like blowing up on Twitter.
I thought that was a meme.
No, he literally tweeted, "I hear he's in New York. I want to find him."
All right.
That is a crossover that does not need to happen, in my opinion.
A lot of people want it to happen.
I don't want it to be, because I feel like he's gonna be like, okay, Kojima, here's what I want you to do, right? I want you to make a game based around my life, and I'm gonna be like, no.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. It's just gonna be. It's gonna be like those visual novel games, those little cute ones, like Nekopara or some gay shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I own a few Nekopara games, and let me say, the 30 minutes that I spent, it was pretty cool. Ain't the worst game I ever played.
But I'm curious now, why is it only 30?
Why is it only 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I was streaming at the time, and I had to go rub one out.
Oh, well, fair enough.
The urge got too strong.
But even then,
what you gotta do, man.
I lost my train of thought. Where were we?
You're talking about gay shit.
No, before that. Before that.
That's where you went. You talking about gay shit.
Yes, right here. 11:12 p.m. You were talking about gay shit. I got time for you and your head assery right now. What the hell was I talking about?
Well, is it like because the topic was Kanye West is looking for Kojima,
Yeah, I lost everything that I had about
and
that.
then you said that like he was probably gonna have him do like one of those visual novels.
Oh, I remember now. In the beginning of the Kanye West video game, it was going to start off as a Neko Para game where everything is just so sweet and innocent. But then Kanye mom's died, and that's when the Fire Nation attacked.
No, fish sticks.
And you can combat me as much as you want on this. You know I'm right.
he would do that. Like I don't want it. I don't want them to meet up because it would be like Kanye would ask Kojima to be like, okay, I want you to make a game about me, and I'm just like, that's the last thing in the world I want.
Yeah.
But I feel like Kojima can pull that shit off though.
He's like this. I worship fucking Kojima. Okay, like the man is a video game developing god to me. I feel like there's some things even he can't do.
No, I think Kojima can pull that off.
Okay, but like let me ask you this: what if then Kanye West said, "And you absolutely have to put in my newest album as the soundtrack, and make it work"?
Would be whoop.
I feel as though Kojima can make it weird enough to work.
I'm kind of with him on this one, though, Moops.
I don't want to disagree, but I'm just kind of like, I just don't want that project to work, or I just don't want that project to happen at all.
Just say that from the beginning, man. Just like, I don't want it to happen, but if it does,
I've been saying I don't want it to happen.
You're right, but shut up.
Oh no, there goes my argument. Fuck me, right?
And argument crumbled.
Yeah, fuck you and your argument. That's it. Put that.
Here's my rebuttal. Scoop D.
All right, what's up, bro?
Oh damn, he went there. Shit just got crazy. Where's my popcorn?
Honestly, that's just like, hey, I have a retort for you, nigga. You played Neko Para. Get the fuck out of here.
I do weird shit. I feel like I can't judge anyone.
So like if we look on your Steam right now, you're gonna see Neko Para on that shit. Nigga, don't talk to me.
Okay, fine. I might as well just say here. I fucking have a copy of a Senran Kagura game on my PS4.
Damn, dog.
Wait, hold on. Which one?
It's the one that plays like a Tecmo Koei game.
Get the fuck out of here.
Bro?
Why? What's up?
No, that one's actually pretty cool.
Ah.
The Senran Kagura games is like exactly what we all want, but just titties, ass and titties, anime ass and anime titties.
Yeah, because like that's the one I ended up getting because like that's the one that looked like most like a game I would want to play because like what was it? There's this one where like the newest one that they're announcing is like a pinball game. The last one to come out before that is kind of like Splatoon, with like water guns, and then there's this one that I have on my PlayStation, which is like the fucking Tecmo Koei fucking army bullshit.
That's Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, that's one. And that's the one I have.
It's not a bad one.
Mm-hmm. It's actually kind of a mainstream one.
Yeah, like that's what I've heard. So I was just kind of like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot.
No, I just found that one extremely funny that he's like looking around, and there were so many of like Kojima hiding in a cardboard.
Oh my god, I can fucking see that being a thing. It's like I my thoughts think bitches. I know how to hide in a cardboard box.
My favorite one was like one of Kanye West, and then like the box that says New York, and then like Kojima is like slowly looking at it. How much longer are we gonna be recording?
I know, Raz. Like, come on, it's a 1-year episode.
There was one that I had. I can't think of it now. Raz distracted me.
Yeah.
Crap. Oh, Moops.
Hmm.
Season 4. What are your thoughts for Capcom Cup thing? Do you think they're gonna do the new story?
Because I've heard a lot of this that there's been a lot of like the rumors about like what X-Cure has announced is basically going to be season 4, which is like the new mechanics and like the second story and like what was it like some returning queen or something like that. Um,
Hmm.
like I honestly I'm just kind of like I wanna like I wanna I just wanna see what they've got planned because uh okay I just want to see what they have planned because I mean, yeah, like a lot of that stuff would be really cool. I can't make any of the predictions as to like how much of that is gonna be actually true, but uh, I mean, it would be a pretty hype move for Street Fighter 5 to like start adding some of this stuff.
Hmm. But no, I know the other one. I'm just gonna post this for the meme, but I know you wanted to talk about this.
I didn't exactly want to talk about this, but I mean, I have opinions on it.
Okay, you go ahead. You rip. If you want to add anything, Eddie, by all means.
Oh God. Well, I mean, like, I only said this to you guys though in the chat, so because it's just like my big thing about it is like why do people still feel like the only way that some of these things can be done is through live action? You know, why can't we have like just a Sonic animated movie? Why does it have to have live action?
Mm-hmm.
Because like one of the things about it that I was thinking the other day was because when I was watching like the review tech episode on this is
Mm-hmm.
you know it's just like he was like the guy was talking about it. I'm just kind of like you know he mentioned the Detective Pikachu movie and I'm just kind of like and even like I thought to myself like that one's just like a fucking like a mystery in and of itself because like if you told me live action Detective Pikachu movie I would have fucking rolled my eyes and groaned and it's
Mm-hmm.
through like through everything going absolutely right that movie actually looks watchable. It actually looks good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because like the Pokemon that they still look like the Pokemon. This fucker looks like some like honestly he looks like like what a furry would look like in real life, and nobody wants to see that shit. Probably not even Sonic Fox.
I beg to differ.
I don't know, man, because you look at
I
like the
think he'd be
wiry
first in
muscles
line.
and like the shoes and all that shit. I'm just like, no, man, nobody wants any of that.
I think he'd be first in line. Fight me.
I mean, I'd have to fight Sonic
um,
Fox,
yes, you would.
and I don't want to do that. I know I'd die.
I
Fuck that,
that.
man. If I ever run a set with Sonic Fox, I'm gonna let that nigga know right off the jump. Yo, if I hit you once, yo, that's your ass.
Trying to get inside his head.
I say that now. If I went against JDCR and Tekken, like, yo, if I hit you once, like that's it. Like I'm a fucking beast, nigga.
I would too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, nigga, I hit that nigga. What's up, nigga? Like I'm the shit. Like can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm fucking beast, and I say that under the pretense of if I can. It's like if I can hit you, I can get around. If I can get around, I can get a game. If I can get a game, I can get a set.
I hit you once, Kudans. Your turtleneck is now mine.
Yo, like yo, start like do a generic down poke with fucking Yoshimitsu. Yo, Yoshimitsu was better than Mashima's all day.
Start doing the poke chop bleed.
Yo. Just be like, what are you rocking for? Like you saw those letters up there, right? KO, nigga. That means I hit him. Like, no, this post has been brought to you by the No 7 Golden Letters gang, nigga. I can't be told shit. I would, but you know what? That it may come off as like very arrogant, But I think that's a much more positive mentality of, oh my god, I'm going against so and so. I fucking suck. I'm going to fucking die. I might as well just kill myself now. You know what I mean?
And then Yoshi stab yourself. Like, what just happened?
Nah, that's just pulling a Just Frame James.
Poor man.
Still my boy though. He just keeps killing himself.
Oh man. No, but Mrmoopsy, I can't defend this. Because I'm not gonna lie, until they started showing the faces of what that thing could be, I'm not calling it Sonic.
Or whatever that monstrosity.
Like at first it's just a dark thing. I'm just thinking, okay, come on, guys. We don't really fully know what it looks like. And then it's like they started lighting up. It's just like,
I know there was like, I don't know if it was a meme one, but it's like they put it like a legit hedgehog's face on the shadow one.
Somebody put Sanic on it. So I was ready to be like, I don't get the big idea. And then I saw it, I was like, well, you convinced me. You put up a strong case.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it's just like, because that's the biggest problem I've had with like a lot of these based off of video game movies, is a lot of times they will be like, oh, we totally know what like this what this game is about, and it's just like, then you see like what the movie shows like based off of the trailer alone, and it'll be like, clearly you guys don't know jack shit.
Mm-hmm. No, man. I don't know, man.
Like,
oh,
go ahead.
Well, good. No, because I was gonna go on something else.
Because I was just gonna say this, like, it's like I'm saying, it's a miracle that fucking Detective Pikachu actually looks good.
Yeah, that was kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, like nobody saw it coming, but it's just like, hey, it actually looks like a fun time. This just based off of the picture alone is just kind of like, none of you guys fucking have played a single Sonic game in your life, have you?
This song Mina is a fucking beast. I can respect this dude. Because this dude has just been like, he's the only other person to ever run the lobby was me. And now this fucker's on an 11-win streak, but he hasn't taunted anybody once, so I can get behind that.
He not taunting like, friendlies.
Yeah,
oh gosh.
Yeah, you're right. No, I deserve that.
It took me a second to register that.
It's just I will still defend myself to this day to say that taunt was an accident. Because I just did a punishment guide for Tekken and had a Tekken impulse. And it just so happened to coincide. I wanted to do Indian stance, which in Tekken is down 3+4. And that just so happens to be taunt in Soul Calibur. All right. Because you're like, why did you taunt me? And I'm like, why did I taunt you? You know what I mean? It wasn't my intention. And I apologize to this day.
I'm
still stabbing you though. But yeah, this dude has just been kicking ass, man. Just, oh my god. I feel like I would have. I've gotten the closest to beating him. I mean, the times that I lost, but even then, like, dude's a fucking monster. I just wish I wasn't so petrified of this character. I'm so scared. Not unlike Keelik at all. Like, fuck Keelik. Keelik sucks. Keelik needs buffs. All right.
Just want to say none of that.
He's the one character that outranges Yoshimitsu that I just don't even care.
Exactly.
Like, it's not. It is so perfectly. It's a total non-factor right now. But Song Mina, fucking forget about it. She scares me.
No, it's so bad how like spot on that quote is. I can range you, but you won't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't have nothing. I have nothing to be afraid of. My blocking and my punishment could be better on this Song Mina player though. But you know how terror works.
Oh yeah, Moops, did you see any of the? Probably not, but did you see any of the patch notes?
What's up, Raz?
For which one?
What's up?
What's up,
Hey, Raz.
Raz? For Soul Calibur 6.
No, I haven't.
Oh, then never mind. But I'm just gonna quickly say everybody should go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm just saying that now. Everyone should see it. Just putting that out there.
I got you.
But oh yeah, I tried the Devil May Cry demo over at a friend's house.
Oh, nice. How was it?
It was awesome.
Yep.
And I hate that it's so short.
Well, I mean, at least they didn't pull a blur and then gave everybody just a little too much to where they didn't even want to buy the game.
Mm-hmm. And I will say Nero's is going to take some getting used to, and I kind of love it. Because that's classic Devil May Cry, where you're not just like button mashing just to get from place to place. You're actually learning to do cool shit. I almost did the whole thing, Eddie. We were talking about like this Xbox One. It is now mine. You can get this back. Devil May Cry.
Look at me. Look at me. The Xbox One is mine now.
You get this back when the demo's on PS4.
I wonder if Aris likes Devil May Cry, because if so, he'll probably actually have a use for that Xbox One that he won.
I know, right? Oh yeah, Raz, how have you been? The people have not heard from you in so long.
I know it's been like 45 years.
To the
But-
T.
I know, right? Finally done with all my Friday crap. So like, yeah, might be able to show up more.
Hey.
That's good.
Yeah.
Probably
I
more
still-
than Venom.
Probably more than.
Ooh.
I mean, there's truth in that statement because he's not here to
Yeah.
defend himself.
You're not wrong. It just hurts my head how right you are.
What were you saying, Raz? I'm sorry.
I don't even remember.
Word.
I might go out the deep end and actually try playing Soul Calibur on this arcade stick. Maybe I'll like it.
Yes.
Why did I hear your asshole pucker? Like, what the hell? Like, I heard that clear in my head. I wish I didn't hear that.
That was weird.
You did, I was like, whoa, bro. Like, you all right?
No, honestly, this is one of the few games where I actually think stick might actually be a very good choice for this game.
I might try it. I think one thing that might truly suck would be like the intricate inputs,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to do B and K, A and G.
Which, yeah, I have had to learn a little bit how to do that with my fingers. But at the same time, like, I have it on my stick to where I only use 4 buttons. I don't use any of the other buttons.
No, but that's exactly the setting I was talking about too.
Mm.
Because if it came like that, I wouldn't want to use any of the extra buttons either.
Mm-hmm. Which surprisingly works pretty well.
Yeah, because it puts more control in your hands. It makes you feel like you're in control. Like I tried to do this, it didn't come out because maybe I accidentally pressed one button of frame too fast.
Mm-hmm. This is one of your pet peeves, right, Moops?
What's going on?
Exactly.
Point made.
Oh no, it's because I accidentally how can I put this? I made too many appointments, and now I'm also playing Triforce Heroes with a buddy of mine.
Nice.
Nice.
Traitor.
I don't even make appointments.
Yeah, who does that?
I go with the wind.
I don't even do that much. Fuck the wind. 100%
not legal.
authentic gangster shit going on over here.
What's up? Why are you here? I just go where I go.
So like, then why aren't you over there? I don't want to be there. So that's why I'm here.
I'm here now.
That's all that matters.
Yup.
Do we had any more side stories?
The main side story that I had was about Tales of Crystoria being a fucking mobile game. That still hurts me because just as a Tales and you know what? They've made it turn-based too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the older Tales games.
Wow,
Damn,
they really overhauled that.
That's really gonna hurt.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of gaming stuff going on. Let me go to Reddit and not go through those particular subreddits that has things not suitable for the podcast.
Oh yeah, that Reddit. We don't go there.
I go there. We don't go there all the time. I don't always go there, but what I do, I'm in a private browser. Man, do we want to milk more Fallout 76 fuck ups?
I was thinking about it. Do y'all want to go through the?
No, man, it's a laundry list because like I think the last podcast we made was like probably before it even came out.
No, it was out. It's just everybody was like, it's so fucking buggy and all this bullshit and whatnot. And then duffel bag crisis.
I don't know. I think it's too much, and like I still haven't even eaten dinner. I got this stuff going on. I mean, I'll
just in case anybody is just asking, we're talking about when they leaked everybody's information and shit in Fallout 76 and whatnot.
Oof.
Yeah.
Then there was the special edition that came with a bag that was like made of plastic.
Yeah. Like I'm down to talk about it if you guys are, but
we covered it really in that sentence. We're good. It's just gonna keep going, so we might as well.
Well, like what we should try to do is we should try to make it like here's like a total roundup of how they fucked up.
Yeah, because I mean, literally just yesterday they fucked up again. So just say it's
together.
It's probably not till February of next year before they stop fucking up at this point.
It's unfortunately it's self-centered, but there is something that I do want to bring up about my channel.
Go for it.
I recently hit 400 subscribers, and I think the last time Thank you. Woo! And like as it stands right now, I think the last time I looked, I was at like 420. Blaze it.
Ooh, got it.
Yeah, dude.
But there's this one subscriber that I had who's like going through like my old videos and dropping comments on them. But he actually asked me the question, do I still enjoy labbing characters? Do I still enjoy like doing these lab videos? And I told him no, I don't. I legit don't. I have Marduk, the recordings for Marduk and Kazumi done and sitting right here. And they haven't been uploaded yet because I haven't been doing them because I've just been valuing the time that I've been spending with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one thing, because I answered it in the sense of like, no, I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. But I think that's just because I don't like playing the same game for a very long period of time. Mm-hmm. But Tekken's been out for like 2 years now. Mm-hmm. So it all falls in line perfectly with each other, and what I'm doing helps more people than just myself. Mm-hmm. But I answered it. It's just like, no, I just value because I didn't seclude myself from my friends, but I've been hanging out with a lot of my older friends and shit like that too. Mm-hmm. And it's just like I've been having such a good time that I'm having such a great time that I've kind of putting them out once every week, kind of to the wayside, just for my own sanity.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me wonder: have you ever gone through anything like that, Jazz? Like dedicating yourself to a series so much to the point where you may end up disliking it?
Not to the extent you've gone to, but like my top 5 videos that I would do sometimes.
Right.
I got like to the point where I was kind of like, I don't want to do these anymore. Although I think I told you the reason why for that, didn't I?
Man, fuck it. Say it again.
I got threatened.
You got threatened? Oh, that's right. Someone did send you a threat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just like, it's
some fucking
like
Chad.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
on the
boy.
one that was, I think still has like 5 likes and 6 dislikes. My Soul Calibur guest list.
Mm-hmm.
It was on that one. It was just like, you suck. Why didn't you put in? I don't even remember what character you wanted to put in. Like, it's like, do I look like I own the game? Not my thing.
It's just kind of like, because that guy's clearly an authority on fucking mental stability.
Mm. But now he's like threatening. He's like, I'm gonna find you and beat you up. And it's just like, what is wrong with you?
You're going crazy. You gotta watch out for those people.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always one of those people that just show up and you're just like, where did you come from? How did you what? You know?
Mm-hmm. But like that would probably be my answer for that. Is just after that, I was just like, I'm kind of done. I don't want to deal with stuff like this.
Yeah, that'd make me stop doing it too.
Mm-hmm.
But no one has ever. I got dislikes, but I think that's just from like a very enthusiastic character main that I just did a video on how to beat up.
Mm-hmm.
But I mostly get positive. I get like 99.9% positivity on my videos.
Mm-hmm.
Someone said my shit's underrated too, which was really nice to hear.
At least you get that. I get one that I think stories where like I get a long like essay of what I did wrong.
Oh yeah, you're talking about like that fucking like horror story one.
Yeah, it's just like,
And it's like,
it's ridiculous.
well,
It's like what you should have done was this because that creates more emotional tension.
Like, nigga, what?
And it was exactly in that voice.
It kind of pretty much was.
nah. If anything, I never got something that I did wrong.
Mm.
What I did get was, hey man, like, hey, here's some stuff you might want to add, and it's like, yeah, this stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which makes sense. It's just like when it gets to that point, it's just like, yeah, maybe not.
Oh my god, did I just break that fucking low grab? Oh my god, Edward, what the hell was that? I didn't even know that was possible, and I don't know how I did it, and that's the worst part.
Actually, not.
I just suicide stabbed. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was just curious because I never really fully read this thing. I asked Mrmoopsy too because I was just like, this is a paragraph. I can't do this at work. And I'm now just reading it. It's just like reading this. It's not making a lot of sense to me because a lot of this is like not really sentences. My cannibal bias is strong. It's like, okay, good for you. But that's pretty much mine. Yeah, how about you, Moobs?
For like any other side stories or?
Well, like just for Eddie's question, like any kind of serious thing that you just like, nah.
Not necessarily, because I mean, like in regards to like any of my videos, I'd be like, yeah, there's like I think like some person that like there's like I keep seeing more like dislikes than I do likes, but it's also just kind of like I honestly don't care because there have also been like some likes, and just to like fuck with those guys, I also like my own videos just to even it out.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just kind of like outside of that, it's just like I haven't been really doing a lot of videos or stuff, so it's just like I don't really care. I haven't been putting too much stock into that.
Mm-hmm. Which is fair enough.
I realized that I've done over 30. I have a total of 38 punishment videos done.
Yeesh. It's a
And
lot of stuff.
that is a lot. And and it's like I think that's also a big part of why I kind of got so burned out on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just like it's kind of like a no one never asked this, but it's just like you do something 38 times and still have like a hell of a lot more to do, and then you tell me if you get sick of doing something too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like that subscriber is like one of my biggest supporters. Like I think he was like a very recent sub, and he's just like, holy shit, he's done a lot of these, and he's like going through, and he's just like, yo, dope video, man, I love this video, thanks, man, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'll never not do something out of spite. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna finish it. It's just there may be some delays along the way. But it just made me think a lot about how many people that I'm helping, how many people appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like essentially doing the hard part for them. Because you know, people don't want to lab shit.
They want to be told how to lab.
Yeah, quick, instant. Tell me now.
Yeah, exactly. But I think whenever I get around to doing the Soul Calibur ones, I think the Soul Calibur ones may not be as bad. If anything, they may be better because I am actively playing Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm.
Like Soul Calibur is still new to me, and I like this game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did labbing for Song Mina when we were doing the podcast.
Nice.
And yeah, like I was labbing Song Mina, then I went against the Song Mina, and there's a bunch of shit that makes more sense. But this person is like doing very few punchable moves as it stands.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just scaring me with all of her mix-ups and potential and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, here's a question for y'all.
All right.
What game should I do the next Shield Tactics on?
Fallout 76.
Oh God.
Nigga, you asked me a question.
That's true.
It would make a lot of sense, actually.
Have fun with that. I'm not helping you.
But you know what? Battlefield may have to be that game. Because the thing about Metal Gear Survive was we had fun playing that game.
Mm-hmm.
That game was fun. Fallout 76 is not fun. It doesn't look fun.
Not even the slightest. Walking simulator with guns.
It definitely isn't a spectator. Like I know fighting games are like the quote unquote spectator games.
Mm-hmm.
But any game can be a spectator game. But at least Metal Gear Survive, when we were all playing together and just goofing around and having the time of our lives, that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess it would be Battlefield. No.
If anything,
if you don't want to do Fallout,
this dude went on.
I really don't.
This dude went on a 19 kill streak. Holy shit!
Damn.
Dude's a fucking monster.
Only 19.
Only 19. What a scrub.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's just chalk that up to fucking Boom, and fucking Signia getting 100 pluses with Yoshimitsu. Yeah, totally.
Nice.
All on stream too. Like that. Like dude's a fucking monster. The dudes are fucking monsters.
No. I think we've hit all our side stories, right?
Yeah.
I think we
definitely.
overkilled it on the side stories, honestly.
I mean, I expected it, to be honest. But I guess we can hit our plugs now. Oh yeah, Raz, are you gonna come back to streaming?
I might be able to during the break. You know, I'll have to get everything sorted out because everything's still pretty laggy and everything. So once I get everything sorted out and like back to it's actually enjoyable to watch, then sure. You know, I might actually start like editing videos for YouTube. You guys inspired me, but I haven't had enough time. You know, I'm gonna be done with like most of my online classes, so I'll have more time.
Makes sense. But yeah, who wants to plug first?
I'll do it first. Follow me on my YouTube, my Twitch, Instagram at Mrmoopsy. Uh, I mean, yeah, I said where, right? So I think I'm good.
Nice.
I'm gonna let you go last, Jazz, because I pretty much already talked about my channel and the things that are going on with it. But you can find me as Baker on YouTube, Baker_TTV on both Twitch and Twitter. And yeah, I recently hit 400 subs, and my channel is actually still steadily growing and growing more and more by the day. I'm actually getting like a sub or 2 or 3 like by the day. Like I just looked and I'm at 423 right now.
Nice.
Also, the Armor King punishment video is actually at 1.3 thousand views now.
I am not surprised with that Armor King army.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my channel is doing really well right. Oh, sweet! I got a second dislike on this video. Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
Hooray for hatred!
I'm so proud.
I don't think I like, dude, the power of dislikes, because it has 51 likes and 2 dislikes. And I'm like, 2 dislikes? Yes, I've pissed someone off.
Yes.
Someone has been so angry to the point where they're just like, yo, I dislike this video. I don't like what you did.
Like, it's a lot of work pushing the dislike button, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, what can I say? Some people can't please everyone, but I'm pleasing way more people than I'm displeasing. I can live with that.
Yep. Great. There's not really any need to plug mine. I only have like 1 video on my channel, and I posted that like a year ago. But I'll be posting more on mine, maybe, hopefully. It's just Fugue, Fugue, my YouTube. I'm not really sure about Twitch. I'll have to go about that later. I'm not even gonna plug that because I'm not even sure if I'll really be able to get to that. But yeah, that's about it. No need to plug my SoundCloud either. I haven't really done much on there either. But
you don't want to be a SoundCloud rapper? You already know who it is. No, we don't.
Who is it? Who are you?
Well, I guess I'll go now. So you can find me at everything Cosmo Jazz. We'll be doing a couple more solo as time goes along, and maybe doing something for if season 4 really does happen and stuff. I'll be checking that out tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. But other than that, I am at 73 subscribers, unlike my boy Eddie, so I'm very small. So please sub. Any sub counts.
Please help.
That channel is still a fucking bomb ass channel. You should subscribe to it anyway.
We also tend to make appearances there.
Like so, because the numbers don't really count if you're making great content, and Jazz always fucking delivers.
Thank
you. Every fucking video, I can sit down with some popcorn and know for an absolute fucking fact I'll be entertained.
Yay. That's all well and fuzzy.
No, fuck that. It's not all about me. God damn it.
It's so good. It's so good. You better.
No, you've heard from 2 people, and not Mrmoopsy because he hates me.
It's because I'm still distracted with Triforce Heroes.
No. Like, legit, sit down and watch some of Jazz's videos.
I said we show up in there too.
They're fucking great. Not just because I'm in some of them. That's bullshit. Just if you find yourself at like 1 o'clock in the morning and just be like, yo, I want something nice and relaxing to watch, or something I might laugh at, watch Cosmo Jazz. Goddamn you, you're missing out on some good shit. Let me tell you that.